And oh wait, I forgot it's not on a button. I should probably just click this. There we go. Hi, welcome.
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome.
Projector, screen output. This is what I've been trying to get.
Forgot we had all those random character pogs just on the desk.
Output projector. Here you go. There. So, we're here in a Q&A session. We're here to have fun, make messes, join mistakes, and,
Take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. How dare you, first of all?
Right, you're right. We gotta make messes. All right, so, for the first mess we have here is, we got a few questions, don't we?
I believe so.
Yes, we did have them we had it in our stream Discord asking about the questions to begin the Q&A. So, who wants to start us off?
That's a good question. Gate seems to be ready. He's going, ha, ha.
It's always amusing when we flip Gates' model because the 7 is backwards.
Oh, wonderful.
Should I just do something like this instead?
I mean, if you want to.
Whoa, okay.
I mean, yeah, we can do that. All right.
There.
So chat can feel free to ask us whatever they want as we're doing this. In the meantime, there are a few questions that we got from our Discord. And the first, whenever Sean is ready, the first one is.
Wait, where's this first one that you're mentioning?
It's in the general chat because I used the question of the day to ask if they had questions.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Have you gotten a question for the GM squad to answer today?
So is this first one gonna be broken up into two parts, or
if we want to?
Let's break it up into two parts for the sake of having the question on stream and not in a tiny font.
Yeah. For the sake of putting it up on the screen, yeah, let's do that.
Then let me review. Ooh. Almost did it right. Almost, guys. I almost did it, guys.
He almost did it. Almost.
It's visible. You can read this. You can read off the question. It's perfectly fine.
We can, in fact, read off the question. As Sean flails about to try and make it look not like that. Actually, wait, no, he's got it fine. Okay.
Yeah, I got it fine.
So, asked by our lovely friend, the Finnisona Mermaid, what game would you love to see made in your favorite franchise?
That's an interesting one.
I'm not quite processing what that particularly means. What game would you...
Well, what's your favorite franchise, and what's something else you would like to see them do?
Oh, okay.
Color, opacity. I'm looking for border. Border.
So, since this is taking a hot second for the gang to answer, I guess I'll go ahead and go first.
Sure.
Good.
So, as has been established previously, given how much money I've spent on this franchise, my favorite franchise is probably Pokemon. And as for a game I would love to see in that franchise, I'd love to see a new Mystery Dungeon game. Like, with all the new Pokemon, because the last one was Gen 6. I'd love to see ones with Gen 7, 8, and 9 worked into that as well.
Fair. What game would you... Now that I'm actually thinking of the question, you guys still continue ahead.
All right. As you might have heard from one, streams, and two, the fact that's on the bingo sheet, mine's obviously the Final Fantasy series. And the big thing I think I would like to see is either a nice, honestly, just give me a PC port of War of the Lions, please.
You know what? Sort of thinking on it, with tabletops I've played before, I think I'd really like to see sort of a video game adaptation of Legend of the Five Rings. Like I suppose maybe even sort of not necessarily open world, but it could be in that fashion. But like some sort of adventure game inside of the Legend of the Five Rings universe.
You could handle that like, you know, Guild Wars 2, how during character creation you pick your species and your class and all of that, and then during the story you get further choices as to like who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It could be similar to that, like big MMO where you're playing as various parts of the clan, which changes your starting area, and then your story is also tied to what background and stuff you've picked up.
I'm not sure how well that would work as an MMO specifically, though.
Maybe not an MMO specifically, but something like that, where what you start with changes the story you play.
There actually is an old Five Rings board game where all the different players each pick a clan, and it's just a tactical board game. It is kind of weird because it's primarily a conquest-oriented thing, and Crab Clan really isn't about all that shit entirely because they have other problems to deal with.
They're just like, we are going to conquer the entirety of Rokugan just to build a bigger wall.
We're gonna,
you know what?
Make the entirety of Rokugan one huge thick wall.
Yeah, no, it's not even like, yeah, just from the bottom of the Crablands to the Dragon Mountains, it's just fortress.
If a demon breaks through here, you're gonna have a bad time, buddy.
It's just one continent-sized fortress, and I need to write that shit down.
A goblin breaks through the barrier, just sees like 20 swords pointed at it instantly.
I mean, that's how that shit works anyway. One of my players in my current Five Rings game actually asked me what is underneath the Carpenter Wall, and the answer is a Paris catacombs level of dizzying tunnel arrays full of traps.
And rats. Well, rat people.
I mean, if you really want to make sure that people can't just burrow under the walls to get past it, that's got to be the priority.
You know, I think the only reason why they don't generally sort of do what the whole continent-wide fortress thing is eventually it's going to get haunted.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a thing.
We'd love to industrialize, but it keeps getting haunted.
This fortress underneath the wall keeps getting haunted. I wonder if it's because people are dying in there. No, that can't be right.
Huh.
If everyone could stop please dying inside of our buildings, that'd be great.
Huh. Okay, that's what that was. Huh.
So,
well,
Sean,
who would have thought that that's what that was? Yeah?
What is your answer to this?
Okay, well, I've established in the Discord that my favorite franchise is Pokemon, and it's more because of the amount of investment and time that I've garnered into it than anything else. But what game would I love to see made in my favorite franchise? What if, hear me out, Final Fantasy Pokemon?
How would that work?
Or even a Metroidvania Pokemon game.
Like you're playing like an Eevee or something, and mysteriously have the ability to switch between stones to get by obstacles.
Or you're playing a Pokemon trainer that's super jacked, like Ash Ketchum tends to be, and each of the power upgrades is a new Pokemon to go through each of the obstacles.
Or you're just playing as a Pokemon that gets the classes.
The classes?
Like, you're playing as a Pikachu who's also a Dragoon.
What?
Final
For the
Fantasy?
RPG thing.
Yeah,
For the Metroidvania one, you could do all sorts of random stuff.
Yeah, the Metroidvania one's probably a lot more feasible.
There is actually this Metroidvania that I played very briefly, stopped playing after a little bit. I forget why exactly, but it had multiple characters you could pick from, and each of those characters had different starting capabilities. So you could do something like that as the Pokemon Metroidvania. Like if you start with, they're gonna do Pikachu because it's the mascot. If you start with Pikachu, you're faster and you can attack quicker, but your attacks aren't as strong, for example. Whereas, say, you start as, like, Sprigatito. You can maybe access different areas than you could as Pikachu, because Sprigatito's like, I am grass type. These trees mean nothing to me. Are you playing Minesweeper?
What? No.
We can see your other screen on Discord.
Okay, here's to change my answer. How about like Minesweeper, but in modern times? You're basically playing like Minesweeper, but with modern graphics, and it makes no sense.
Way you should be able to see my stuff.
Here's the thing. Whenever you click off of your stream overlay that you're broadcasting this through on the Discord screen share, we see everything else.
Or just darkness.
Like that?
Darkrai in it. Darkrai's like, hey, come into this darkness. I'm like, no. Honestly, I could go without that. Wheeler was in there. I don't want to go in anymore.
As far as another answer for this question, I have this entire goddamn write-up of what I would do if I made a Paper Mario sequel, and hey, wait, where are you going?
Oh, yeah, the one where you straight up drew a whole bunch of hypothetical party members?
Yeah, because I just hyperfixate like that.
Yeah, why do you do that to yourself? What's going on with that, huh?
Because I thrive off of the suffering of myself.
Now, Niv, you got to be more kind to yourself. Yeah. Sprigatito.
So we've got like 4 questions in general chat. What I could do is just add some more. Let me just...
That's terrifying.
Oh,
Should
God.
Quit
Good job, Sean.
poking at it.
What do you mean quit poking at it?
I would say, should we jump to the next part of this question that was posted? But then Sean started playing with that image.
Yeah, I started playing with the image.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Kind of. Not really.
It's fine.
It's better this way. There we go. Just getting off the screen.
Here's the thing: you could still see it.
Yeah, it's so crazy though. Ugh.
Listen, you're the one who arranged this.
Yeah,
you are the one who made this decision.
There we
Sean.
go.
You had no
there
one
we
to
go.
blame.
Much better.
Hey, get that out of my face.
There we
That's a bit busy, but all right.
John is punishing us for speaking up. How dare he?
We're being punished for our sins.
This will have to do for now. Just kind of, nope. Put this on the desk like so. There we go.
Just, Sean, increase its size a little bit.
Okay.
Just
there.
A little more.
Okay.
A little bit more.
A little more.
We should be able to read it.
A little bit more.
Little more.
Now move it just slightly to the left, like say 20 pixels. There we go.
Okay, like this. Perfect. Yes. All right. No. It needs to be
we can
a
still technically see you. You're on the
a
image
little
itself.
bigger. There we go. Perfect.
Now flip it horizontal.
No.
Yeah,
There
we
we go.
added some. Niv added some references to this thing.
All right, we want to look at the references. We want to.
Sure. Put it over everything for the moment.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm working at towards.
You can't
So,
just
yeah.
bring it to the. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's a little tricky on Streamlabs sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's go down the list here. We can see Arch in the corner.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him squinting at me. He's just judging me
As he does.
as he does.
And floating above is our dear departed Icarus.
Farewell, Icarus.
His meat was delicious.
We have so what else we got in here that someone wants to point out? The rest of us are in the other corner.
We got the
Yep.
ugly Crobat.
We got our Crobat buddy up top there.
Yep.
Miguel is kind of just hanging out. He's become a regular enough part of streams that I felt like it would be nice to drop him in there.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
And then we have, let's see, Key's in the upper left corner. For those of you who do not know, Key has been kind of an off and on group mascot even before we really started streaming.
Let's see if I can easily point out those things. No, I can't. I don't think I have a means to do so. Oh, wait. No, I got a way to do so. Hold on.
Are you just going to make a circle that you're going to add to the stream?
That's a better idea.
God.
That makes me wonder what you were doing first.
I was gonna grab one
A
of us.
rectangle.
and as
I'm
we
just
were talking, our
reminded
hand
of
was
this one
playing.
episode of Citation Needed where everyone's asking about this someone doing something, and then the answer was just, that is a better idea than what he wound up doing. I think that could be a fun thing to do if you guys are familiar with any of Tom Scott's little miniseries game shows.
Hey, Pokemon fan, thanks.
Hey, Pokemon
Yep, thank
fan.
you.
Thank you. Got any
Speaking of
questions?
Speaking of Pokemon, in the left side, you can see Miraidon from that one animated short. That's all Tim's fault.
It is all Tim's fault.
Yeah, it's all Tim's fault. And he do it a frickin' again.
Also, speaking of Pokemon, Vileplume. Violence Plume, if you will.
Do you want to tell the story of Violence Bloom?
So I was doing a Soul Link with Snapdragon, and we ended up going into the first gym. But before that, there was plenty of Glooms. I had a Kabutops. It's a rock water type, and so when I fought Brock, he apparently had a Vileplume, and he one-shot my starter Pokemon, and I cried. And then they kept showing up.
Were you doing a randomizer?
Yes. It was a
Soul
Link.
Links are very hard to do when they're not a randomizer, because one of the general rules used is that you can't overlap types.
Oh no.
So, if you went into a Soul Link without randomizing, you'd probably be stuck with exactly one Pokemon per person for, like, 3 routes at least.
And then, let's see, what else do we have here? We have Niv as Turnip Boy from Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
It's
We
Turnip
do
Niv.
indeed. I'm working on a highlight reel for that. It's taking a while. I am working on it.
Because you somehow decided that you were just going to animate the entire thing.
It's not the entire thing. I'm not crazy enough to do 3 hours worth of footage.
It's just a big chunk of the thing.
It's just a highlight reel that's like 20 minutes long because I hate myself, apparently.
No. Stop
Speaking
doing
of other
that.
random highlights, speaking of lights, Lampy is here.
Lampy is here.
Lumpy, my boy! I really
Lampy
need
is
to look
currently in vicious battle with Violence. That is a Viceve I created on accident.
for
In the wise words of the GM squad, don't worry about it.
We have a really old drawing stream from a couple years ago where we were all drawing on this like simul screen program, and Niv gave us the task to draw the sieve. I am not a particularly technique heavy artist, so mine looked super jank, and I used a bright red pen for my entire setup. So it looked horrendous and terrifying. So we started joking about what this thing was going to be named and that it's probably cursed.
Oh, yeah.
And
All right.
last but certainly not least, we have Jesse Faden from hit AAA game Control riding on the back of Rex from We're Back, a Dinosaur Story from 1993.
Voiced by John Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a secret.
John
Don't
Goodman?
tell anybody.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
remember
John Goodman. John Goodman is a secret. His existence is classified.
Yeah,
John Goodman is
Okay, now
classified.
I've got to write this down. If I ever do with that SCP tabletop to make John Goodman an SCP.
John Goodman is the.
I don't know what the
SCPs.
actual hell it's going to be, but it's going to happen.
It's
just
just filled with
uncontainable,
NDAs.
just uncontainable and unredactable. Like, we straight up cannot hide John Goodman at all. We simply have to live with the fact that John Goodman is and will always be like around.
So
I'm sure there is something already like that.
So I'm kind of curious. Why is Gate about to dunk on both you and Sky, Nuv?
Gate, that's a very good question. What the hell are you doing with that?
I have perfectly formed this snowball into a huge dodecahedron and put a raptor face on it. I'm going
And you're
to
holding it
bludgeon
over
you
my
two.
book!
Yes. Clean off the snow after. It'll be fine.
Unaware of the fate about to befall them, Sky and Niv review the rules on some tabletop RPG.
It's a good question. What tabletop is that?
Good question. Let me look at my shelf. I have expanded my collection significantly in the last like month or two.
Oh my god. Oh god, that reminds me. We're gonna like very soon do like just a whole row of tabletop one shots.
Yeah, the GM squad's gonna finally start GMing again.
I know, right? It's crazy.
We're what now?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Wait,
Yeah, I
hold
thought
on.
we-
Shouldn't he specifically worry about it since he... Okay.
Aren't we just gamers?
Game?
We are gaming.
Speaking
On the
of gaming,
table.
what's our next question? We do
Ah,
still have a
alright.
small
Pokemon fan has
queue to
asked
go
us a
through.
very specific question about Splatoon 3.
I will not be able to answer that because I do not play Splatoon. The
Well,
rest of
that's
you
okay.
go off.
I'm going to answer it anyway.
Yeah, I can't really answer it either, but I'm answering anyway. So, screw the rules. I'm answering.
Howdy, Sir
because I want to.
Penguin.
I'm gonna
Good
Google
day
this.
to you, Sir Penguin. As I
Ooh.
get this. Huh.
Oh, you just straight
Like
up copy pasted it. Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think about the new King Salmon Ouroboros in Splatoon 3 based off of appearance / screm?
So, this is stupidly niche and oddly specific, and no one is going to understand this outside of Gate.
Oh.
Oh,
But Gate created a character in Soul Calibur that he commissioned me to draw one time,
Oh.
named Ouroboros.
Uwu Bobos? Was that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And
Oh,
now,
God, I did
whenever Ouroboros comes up in any way, shape, or form, this is
Ah.
the only goddamn thing I can think of.
I forgot I did that.
Oh.
How do I fix that?
I'm
did
trying
you
to find
do?
the picture of this thing. Kate, do you have it on hand?
I put chat on screen.
I think I could
Oh.
very potentially get it. Let me Because I did put it in one of the Roll20 one-shots, but it might be in my folder somewhere.
You should just be able to toggle it on and off, right?
Yeah, but I liked it being on screen, so it's like, how do I reconcile that?
Mm. Well, that sounds like a you problem. So as long as the questions are still getting answered, we're good to go.
Well,
Okay.
to answer your first question, Sir Penguin, I do have some apply juice with me.
I have some more kombucha, and thankfully this tastes like a lot less ginger than last time.
Wait, we're answering the question that question. Let me.
Yeah,
I thought we okay. So, I'm gonna answer the salmon one. Never played Split. Oh, I've played Splatoon 3, but I haven't played the salmon run, so I don't know. Yes, the Splatoon.
Spittoon.
What about you,
All right,
Gate?
got it. I have played a total of a single Splatoon game. It was the first one. However, looking up this creature on the Google, this seems like quite a spooky one. I like the aesthetic. It's like something you'd hear like an Inception sound, and then like a low droning screech, and it's like, oh no!
All right. Oh, okay. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
I got,
it does
there-
kind of look like something you have to deal with in Subnautica or something.
All right, now I got to put Ouroboros on the table, Nace.
Oh. Whoa. Wait. Where? Did you?
In the
Huh?
GM squad chat.
Okay. Here.
There they
I
go.
am
There they
all
go.
over the place here.
There they are.
There they are.
If only
Edit. Are you guys staying hydrated?
Guys,
Huh.
are you sure you really want me to do this?
Do what?
Y-
That's
okay.
fine.
All right.
Just keep them very tiny.
Yeah, keep them tiny. Okay, gotcha.
Keep them tiny.
Yeah, tiny.
Keep them tiny.
Anyway, are you guys staying hydrated?
I have just finished my bottle of apple juice.
Yeah, like I said, I've got
Applied
something too.
juice.
I should probably
I
hydrate
have-
soon myself.
Yeah, I have water. I'm good.
All right, let's get back to the questions that we have logged in
Ouroboros,
the actual
Ouroboros.
general chat from
Where'd you
before.
go? There you go. Done. Then make you very tiny. Very tiny before I switch it over to yeah, like
It's
that.
gonna be like a pixel in size.
I could.
You could. I wouldn't be able to
You
see it.
could.
I wouldn't know when it's on. You wouldn't be able to remove it from this background because it'd be very hard to click off.
Yeah,
Click
sure.
on.
There it is. There it is.
I can't see because you've switched over. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Wonderful.
There he is.
There they are.
So, you ready to be Question Rabbit? Yes, I am. Kind of. Sort of. I'm also doing all the behind the scenes stuff. So most of the Q&A tends to be answered by the other three.
Yes.
Well, it looks like there's a
We-
lot of
we-
questions coming to you specifically.
The thing is too, because we are absolutely going to request many other images be placed on this little desk in front of us to increase Mace's workload suddenly midstream.
Yeah.
Hey, could you Google a hamburger on Google and then just put it in front on the
Hey,
desk?
Sean, could you put a bunch of bees on screen to indicate that we are answering Gates' question in the chat of how
Huh?
many bees we think we could feasibly fight?
But we're not done with the first one.
The more or less, we actually are. I double checked the second part of the question. And it's just context for the first one.
Oh, any specific mechanics or ease
Yeah.
of life stuff?
Yeah,
specific
we
characters
did
and
weave
so
that
on.
in. We just put the first part of it for space.
Ah, fair enough.
So next up is Gate asking us how many bees we think we can fight.
Well, that
This honestly is the question I ask myself often, and I'd like to know your answers on this subject.
So here's my question for you, Gate.
Yes.
Do we have access to any form of weaponry?
you would have access to anything you would have in your house.
What if it's like
Okay.
connected to my house but is outside of my house?
Like,
Like
what?
it's in my yard, not inside of the building.
Oh, if you would have access to it, like if you need to just go outside and grab it, by all means. But if you need to take a 20-minute drive to go to the store and come back, I won't count it.
Okay, well, in that case, I am going to walk outside to my backyard. I am
Mhm.
going to pick up my hose pipe, and I am
Yes.
going to point it at the bees, and then I am
Not
going
the
to take a
bees.
moment of silence, for I am about to cause the direct collapse of all of civilization, as I am about to just hose these bees down with no remorse.
Nope. No
Marvelous.
remorse, huh?
And now, how many is that specifically?
Like, I mean, I'm gonna go with, like. Actually, do they have tactics?
They have the same tactics one would expect bees to have.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to need to put my back against the wall because I have seen bees swarm. But I think I could take like 100 before I need to start tapping out and calling for help.
Nice.
Okay. So what is the limitations of convolutedness am I allowed to do?
Okay. I suppose not. If this is something you could feasibly do in real life, by all means, because I imagine there is now a
I
beehive
myself, right?
in your you yourself, and
Uh-huh.
there's now a beehive on, say, your dining room table.
On my dining room table?
Okay, say like somehow you missed it on the ceiling and it has now fallen down. And you need to defeat a whole bunch of bees.
Depending on the tools I have at hand, like bug spray, maybe 0.
Oh dang.
It could be like 2 or 3, I guess. I don't really know. It depends on how many are coming at me at once. If
Probably
I'm
not.
going like in a long span of time, I could take on hundreds. But if it's all at once, 2 or 3 before they start stinging me, then I tap out.
You just tap the floor and they're like, and then a referee comes along by, grabs a bee's arm, and just like,
The
"Wada!"
it's the buzzery, yeah. I was hitting the buzzer.
All right. I do have a follow-up question on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
How much prep time am I allowed?
I'm gonna say, not that much. Like, however much time it takes you to, like, run to whatever tool you would need.
Okay, cool.
We are getting a
I-
bunch of questions all of a sudden.
Good.
I am thinking if I can get anything that's reasonably flammable that can fill roughly my kitchen, I can easily take about 40,000 bees because that's how many I can fit in my kitchen. That said, there's probably some mutually assured destruction going on in that scenario.
Yeah, probably.
Sky, like, throwing gasoline in the air, turning on the stove. Tell my cat I loved her! Boom.
As far as my own answer to my own question, 0. I'd immediately run outside.
0?
Fair enough.
I am actually just terrified of bees, wasps, and hornets.
Well,
They're
am
fascinating
too.
bugs, but if I
That's
actually
no
actually-
excuse.
if I had no escape, I might try to get like a hair dryer. No, not a hair dryer. One of them's hairsprays and like a lighter. But I don't have very much experience in using that, so maybe 20, maybe less until I literally ran outside.
You want to be about
Straight.
half a foot away from the. You want to be about half a foot away from the aerosol,
Yes.
as far as like the distance between nozzle and lighter. Because if it catches fire too quickly to go back into the can will explode.
Perfect. That means I will defeat all of them with the explosion.
Depending on the density of the aerosol and what else is in it, but you know,
Hey,
Wonderful.
hey guys.
in some cases there's actually a fail safe in some of them where if it's too close, it straight up won't catch fire at all because it doesn't actually completely aerosolize until a little bit out from the from the can.
So, there's now a bee
Ooh.
on the table.
Wait, what? Nope, 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 nope. Oh no! Oh
Oh
no!
jeez. Oh god. Okay, where's my spray paint?
I need to move me
I love
away.
how it's-
Move me
I
away.
love how it's on a little chute that's also just on the table now too.
Yeah.
Ah!
You
Okay.
fucking cowards.
Oh my god! Scott, get it! Scott, get the bee!
Wait,
It's
why am I
fine.
being moved away?
Just open
I thought
the
you said to
window.
run
It's
away.
fine.
I said to get
No.
my spray paint.
Oh, I
If we
don't
open
have
the
your
window,
spray
more
paint.
bees will come in.
I,
Get it!
it's fine.
Here, chat.
Fine.
You
Scott,
take
get
care of the
it.
bee. There, the chat has taken the bee.
Thank you,
Awesome.
chat. We're back real quick.
All right, next question.
Next question. Come on, let me just grab the question. I don't want the alert box. The alert box can go over there and suck it. I don't want whatever I don't want that. Lock that. I'm not going to touch it again. Yes, I want the question.
If you're following along on the bingo sheet, mark off technical difficulties.
No, this no. This isn't no. This isn't technical. No.
Chad is
no.
conspiring to give us back the bee.
Oh, no.
no!
Chad, leave the bee there. No.
They're also questioning whether or not the bee is alive or dead. So that's a thing.
Well,
You know what?
The
I will
bee
put
is
the
going to
bee
be
in
voiced.
No, wait, Sir Penguin already ate it. Never mind.
Oh,
You know what? Sure. Okay. Next question.
poor bee.
Terrifying.
Okay, so what's the let's who has the list?
We have some both in chat and in Discord, so let's
Yeah,
just
well,
alternate,
I'm
I
trying-
guess.
Well, I'm trying to figure out which one I'm putting up there.
Yeah, people, please. Yeah, we've got questions coming in from 3 different sources, so
Yeah, I'm gonna help.
what you
I'm
want.
gonna rely on you guys to tell me what the next question is.
Okay, are we going to stream FNAF 2?
Okay, let me just build that.
it's more is
question
Sean
here.
specifically going to.
Oh no, are we going to?
I have tried group horror games before, and to me, there's got to be something specific to it for it to really work. Because the problem with FNAF specifically is that the game itself is actually entirely based around reaction time.
Well, we all know that one person would be playing the game, the others would be commenting above the game, just so that things could stay interesting for the chat. Gonna take the bee out of his... Okay, Creecraft is taking the bee back.
Is this like Bowser's Inside Story? You're just gonna go inside Bowser, but it's instead...
You know what? That's on them.
Chad is committing to their own Bowser's Inside Story adventure, and they are going to defeat whoever the boss of that game was.
Yeah, just remember, anything you're putting up is showing up on the stream display, so your Wacky Bee adventure will be up and about for all to see.
Everyone will know your wacky bee adventure.
All right,
yeah.
chat, you've run into the Dark Star. It's going to possess the bee. What do?
All right, I want Gate to play FNAF 2.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah, I
Gate specifically.
I want to see
yeah,
what he does.
this series isn't something I think I would go for specifically, but
I mean,
True.
If there's a market for it, I suppose I could play FNAF 2 on stream. I will not know what I'm doing, and might even purposely do some silly stuff.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think ultimately Penguin wants me to play it, and it's like I kind of don't want to, but if that's what the audience wants, I don't know when.
Save the bee, burn the bee.
okay, never mind. Half the Discord questions are now just memes.
Good. We shall answer
has
them.
anyone been
It will-
saving the questions?
They're just in the general chat in a list.
Oh, in the general chat. Okay, so let's see where. So we got the B. We got So Q pasta.
I don't think we need to ask what's happening. We can very clearly see what's happening.
What do you mean? I thought they were asking about Q pasta.
That
Let's see. Que pasa?
I'm going to say this as nicely as I can.
What?
Stop being a bitch ass white boy.
That's Spanish, sir.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
really
just like
speak
put
languages.
it into Giggle Translate, and it will tell you both the language and turn it into Anglaise.
Unless you refresh it a bunch of times, then it gets really weird. Actually, no, I think Google actually patched that out.
I sure hope so.
There used to be this hilarious error with Google Translate where if you put in something random and refreshed it a bunch of times and then just like put it through over and over and over again, it got really, really cursed.
I think
Yeah.
you can still accomplish that, but you have to do it via different languages. Like you translate something into
Oh, yeah,
Chinese,
that's right.
and then
Alright,
you
let me
translate the
grab that
Chinese into
question,
French, and then you translate the
post it
French
into
into like
there.
Spanish, and then you translate the Spanish back into English.
But yeah. Someone, we're getting a bunch, so let's have someone pick out a,
All right, so I
someone
got
pick
another
out
one.
an interesting one. Okay.
Yes, I did, Sir Penguin. I did
So-
say Giggle Translate.
So, what do you think is the best quality of each of us?
Oh, that's a wholesome one.
Wholesome. Yeah, they're very wholesome. Who's going first?
I nominate Sean.
But I nominate Gate. Pass it.
Sure. Well, I can pass along. I nominate Nib.
I just nominated Sean. You have to
Oh, dang it! I nominate Sky.
All right, fine. I'll actually answer the question. All
Here
right.
I was expecting you to nominate me so we'd go full circle.
No. All right. Best
no.
quality
No,
of
no.
each of our fellow GM squad members. I guess I'll just go down the list from what's appearing on screen. And yeah, so all right. Yeah, so let's just go down the list here. Niv, if I had to say what your best quality was, like we said before with that thing that you were doing with the Paper Mario stuff, you wind up, like, when you wind up diving into something, you go all in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's, like, for better or for worse, you go all in.
All right.
If I had to sum up what I would say Gate's best quality is in one word, I would probably... Why am I moving around?
Because you're talking to Gate about Gate now.
Fine. I'm just gonna shift around the table, really uncomfortable like.
Sky leans in close to Gate.
I can't rotate.
It's like,
Hey.
hello. What's my
Okay.
best quality?
All right. So, all right then. 1 second. I gotta have something to drink real quick.
Hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
My hydration juice.
All right. There we go. I'm trying to find a way to describe this, which is kind of the thing.
I'm good.
Oh, I'm undescribable, you say. Ooh.
Ooh.
Right.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a way to actually describe this. But yeah, no, it's kind of the fact that, like, I guess the sheer creativity that comes out of you at all times is something I am never completely prepared for, regardless of situation. You just have
thanks.
this thing where you have this just you manage to grasp things very intuitively, very quickly, and then you turn it sideways well before everyone else knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially me.
And then biggest one was Sean, enthusiasm, really. Like, no matter what's going on, you are just happy to be here. And that's great.
I want to spread the joy, you know?
All right, now the rest of you stop dodging your responsibilities.
Fine, I guess I'll go next. So, for Sky, willingness to put up with our shit. Or I guess to put it another way, her endless patience for our nonsense. For Gate, willingness to stay in character. Doesn't matter what we're doing. If you have a character you are playing, you stick to it. Like, even if it would be detrimental to, like, party cohesion, it's just like, hey, my character would specifically do this. Gonna make sure everyone's okay, but I am going to stick through this. But like in a good way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sean, your ability. Well, I'd say wrangle, but that's really not true. You really can't wrangle us. But I'm gonna your ability to lead us, so to speak. You are the channel manager. If you weren't here, we wouldn't be doing this.
That is true. That is true. The channel would not be around if I wasn't pushing for that. Well, let's see.
Yeah, I suppose it's my turn to give a go at this.
Yeah, if we're going around desk here, yeah.
Around desk. You know what, Scott? I would say probably the most, I guess, the best quality and something I sort of find myself relying on is, you know, your knowledge and intelligence. Like, it is impressive at times the sheer amount of things you know.
That is something that you really just kind of got to keep at all the time. It's something one thing I have mentioned to a few people before, especially when talking about research and stuff, is intelligence is not a trait. It is a skill. It is something that you really kind of just got to keep going with.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as Niv, sort of a bit reiterating on what you said, just your like creativity and passion, like you're able to make like the sheer amount of things you're able to make and able to do is honestly pretty inspiring and something I wish to be able to do someday. Just manifest these crazy things into reality. It's wonderful to see sometimes. And that's why I keep commissioning you to do shit posts.
Beautiful.
And
So, yeah.
yes, Nace, your organizational skills, you like seem very like stable, very like just like a rock solid attitude as well. Like
Yeah,
no matter what, like
part I agree with.
yes, no matter what bonks against you, no matter what situation, you're like, yeah, I got this. Don't worry about it. You're just very calm, chill dude, and I really like that.
Start consolidating these into a notepad here.
So, well, that's kind of what I'm also doing. I'm grabbing all of these.
Oh, all right. If you've already got it, then
Oh, I don't know what you would want me to grab. I'm just grabbing them into a notepad so I can copy paste.
fair enough. Yeah, and just pick out the ones that actually like can have actually have answers to them and aren't just random rhetorical stuff.
There's a
Yeah.
bee on Rabbit's head. Oh
We
no!
have a few of those.
Sean, while we get that bee off of
Underneath
your
his
head,
head.
what is your answer to this question?
Well, you see, there is a very good answer to all of those questions as to your qualities. Sky is really intelligent, really can dig into a lot of books very effectively, and has a very sweeping knowledge of a lot of stuff that just I would never have known any of that, especially without Google.
Yeah, eventually I need to teach you guys how to use Google properly, for lack of a better term.
Ah,
I
fair
have
enough.
vague recollections of learning in high school, but that was like
Well, that's
10
no
or
longer.
more years ago.
Yeah, that's all outdated information. That's all baby
It depends
stuff.
on whether it's about technique or not.
Oh.
It was largely just how to verify sources.
Okay, yeah, that process is that process has generally been pretty consistent. There are some advanced stuff I could probably teach you guys though.
Some very verifiable sauce.
Yeah, like just because something is the third listed link on Google doesn't mean it's necessarily accurate.
Well, the
let's
first
say.
hint, the first like 3 or 4 links on Google are all paid ads now anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was something that I knew before they started actually telling people that they were ads, because GDPR required them to.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. How long have you had this? Okay, so Niv, your ability to just do the creative artwork that you do is insane. I mean, I've seen you crank out the YouTube shorts that have appeared on top of doing your comics, and I know you're trying to do your business with Patreon, and you're juggling all that along with family responsibilities. I'm just impressed. It's really the or respectful, I guess is probably another way to put it. You know?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Spite, determination, and probably less self-care than I should, but I'm working on that too.
Yeah, so it's basically the same work ethic as a nursing student.
And Gate,
Speaking as someone who knows several nursing students in my life.
yeah. So Gate,
Yes.
your whole thing boils down to your improvisation capabilities. You are, aside from what you guys were saying about me being the happy guy, Gate is very much the chaos incarnate kind of happy guy that just makes everything more entertaining when it comes right down to it, with just the improv level that you just don't know what to expect.
Gate knows how to commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Recognizing something is absurd and just going with it. It's fine if it's absurd. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we answered that question handedly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yee.
Yeah, very awesome. I feel very good about myself now. Thanks for
Yeah.
the compliments.
And if there aren't any other questions that we want to get to later on, I've got a few I can toss in, but we've got a list, so.
Yeah, we've got a list.
Let's get
here.
through the list before we add
Oh,
more stuff
absolutely.
that we are talking about.
Absolutely.
All right, so the next on this list here, if I can get it up fast enough, is where did you come up with the name Rabbit Hat Place? All right, so this story is a very interesting one.
I wish
It's
to know
not-
this as well.
Okay, so my channel started off as an anagram of my name, Nace Aber. And I did some digging into it, and I wasn't happy about the translation of the name that I had no idea about for years, which kind of sort of loosely translated to, Nace translated to nose. I forgot what Aber translated to, but I just didn't like the idea of knows something or whatever it was. So it's like, okay, on top of the fact that it's not very searchable, so I brainstormed, what do I like? What do I have a liking for just in general that would be easy to search for? Well, rabbits are kind of a big thing, and I like my bucket hat, so I'll stick with the bucket hat motif. So rabbit, hat, let's see if that works out. And then I found a whole bunch of other items that were actual rabbit hats. The ones with the floppy ears, you do the little pump action and go whee, whap, 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 whap.
Which you now own, if I understand correctly.
I do own one.
Yeah, I think Met gave it to you as a Secret Santa gift one time.
Met did give it to me, and I still have it. I still use it from time to time. It's very fun. I like doing the little pump action ears. Pull, 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 pull. So I added the word plays at the end of it because it was going to be a gaming channel of some sort, whether it was tabletop or what have you.
Gaming.
So that's basically where I came up with the name of Rabbit Hat Plays. I just kind of mashed all that together. Strange, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't you also have it be plays because Rabbit Hat Games was taken?
Maybe.
Ooh, I gotta check that out
That
now.
might have been part of it. I don't
I'm
know.
fairly certain I saw that on Twitch somewhere.
And possibly, because I have completely forgotten about
Yep.
games.
I've Googled it. I've not seen anything.
Okay,
Perhaps
first
it no
new
longer
search thing.
exists.
Try a more specific domain search. Go to Twitch and do it.
Oh, okay. So Snapdragon is saying that it's not Rabbit Hat Plays, it's Rabbi That Plays.
I'm willing to bet that's
Unfortunately,
probably
John's
also a
Rabbit
channel
Hat is
somewhere.
not a yarmulke, so
I'm willing to bet that's probably also a channel somewhere. Like Dr. Justin Sledge just has this like secret like Fortnite channel somewhere or something. And there's your theology reference for the day.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I mean, I could ask if any of the rabbis in my neighborhood play video games.
That said, the historian I referenced, I'm pretty sure he's not actually a rabbi. It's just the first person I don't know. Jewish scholar of religious studies. It was the closest thing to my mind off the top of my head.
Well, this is one that we all can answer. Garden gnomes or shelf halflings?
Garden gnomes. Would you
Look-
believe me if I said that a garden gnome was my personal avatar for years?
Yeah, I'd believe that.
You would?
I'll incorporate that into my worldview.
Yeah, I know. Way back in the old MSN Messenger days.
Huh.
And old play-by-post forums, my avatar was this lawn gnome that had this little sign that said, "We're doomed." I do not know where this image is. To my knowledge, it no longer exists.
So I think right now, at this point, given the theming, you need to put a garden gnome on this desk, Nace.
So for me, it's something
in
I've
a second.
considered. But like, look, half-lives are not generally good things. Like, if something has a half-life, it's generally probably a bad idea to stick around that.
Unless it's a video game.
And, you know, shelf life is also a thing. Something can only stay on a shelf for so long before it goes off. And, like, if you combine shelf life and half-life, then you kind of just, you know, I kind of feel like that's what a shelf halfling would be. So I'm also going to go with garden gnomes.
Just immediately put it on the shelf. It disappears. It immediately decays into powder. You got to sweep it away.
By the way, there are requests to move the bee again.
The bee request.
Sean's just like, yeah, I can leave the table while this is going on. Nothing will happen. Meanwhile, someone's just like, aha, bee time.
I need to commission a bee.
Okay.
Go on
Yeah, sure.
Microsoft
Let me draw a picture of a bee for you real quick, Gabe.
Thank you very much.
Uh, so in terms of Zebui, it'll move when the next question comes up. How about that?
You know what, that works.
Sure.
So did Gate answer the question already? Because I know Niv and Sky did.
Well, admittedly, I have not. I did. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. I am sort of responsible for the question in the first place. I think just to figure out what the heck a shelf halfling is, I would go with that, just to witness however long it can manifest with its shelf life and half-life, to figure out what a shelf halfling is. Admittedly, I won't get anything at the end of this, possibly, but I'll
It
know.
hits you with stale radiation.
Oh! Well, that's the price you pay for witnessing things. It's sort of like staring at Cthulhu for a little bit. You're not supposed to do that, but you'll learn a little bit by doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
fair
think
enough.
we're all a little bit radioactive deep down inside.
Oh, I started
I mean,
dancing
that-
to a song
Scientifically,
that was
yes.
going in
I
my
mean,
head.
that's just the microplastics.
Ugh, the microplastics. I'll drink out of my GM Squad mug, thank you very much.
I mean, I was more referring to the fact that technically all humans are made of star stuff, but
I
sure,
mean,
we'll go with
yes, but
microplastics.
yeah. I have a glass bottle, by the way.
So, I would have to go with garden gnomes between garden gnome or shelf halflings, if for no other reason than the Mutants and Masterminds campaign, where we ended up coming across a very gnome of sorts.
Oh god, that was in Magic and Masterminds, wasn't it?
It might have been. No, I don't think it was. It may be. No, wait. I think it was in
Maska's
Spara.
worst enemy, I think. Or maybe it was the Spara where... I feel like garden gnomes happen a lot in this group for some reason.
Oh, and let's not forget about Met's character, the wrestler gnome in
Oh,
Ashes of
yeah,
Ego.
that. Yep. So, yeah. Zealous Terminator. I was not fucking ready for that.
Neither was I. I was GMing at the time. I had not known what my player, Mete Luzi, would do. But apparently, a straight-up garden gnome, who is a wrestler, it was a thing. What I did sort of appreciate with that is they did kept flipping.
Yeah.
The constant acrobatics checks. It was
Didn't
wonderful.
he blow himself up fighting a demon or something?
Maybe.
Yes. Knocked over a hag's entire shelf of knickknacks and doodads. And I sort
that'll
of
do it.
ruled, if a little bit unfairly, that caused some sort of magical explosion.
You should have just rolled on the wild
Right.
magic table a few times for that.
Oh, that would have been fun. I should have did that
Like roll 3 or 4 times, just combine it all.
56 different times. Let's go.
I mean, one of those answers is fireball, so
Here you go, Gabe.
Oh, what?
What?
What have I been treated to? Yes!
All right. Well, I'm gonna go on to the next question while that's happening. Where did you learn to draw? I think this is a Niv question specifically, considering all this is mostly her.
Well,
Where-
I personally learned to draw on MS Paint. I have not improved at all.
I don't know that I could list a specific place I learned to draw, given I've been drawing for 16 years now.
All right.
I have been drawing for longer than some of the people in this chat have been alive, and that scares me.
yeah. I've been drawing on and off since I was 4. I used to make whole games out of construction paper and stuff. I'm gonna be honest, it might just be the fact that it was so on and off, so casual, but I never really showed a huge degree of improvement over the years. In fact, I think some of the stuff I do now is worse than the stuff I did in high school, but it is certainly a thing.
So
You're almost never gonna see any art from me on this channel, I think, just because I do it so seldomly, and
not with
Yeah.
that attitude.
yeah, and at least not for a while. But I do doodle.
Oh, there's a question that popped up that we can answer, I think, real quick.
Well,
What's
before
GM
that,
squad stand? Okay.
I didn't answer the current question, my dude.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Sorry
get that
about
first.
that.
All right. So where I did learn how to draw. Well, you sees, I was 4 to 8 years old-ish when I was like, oh, cartoon's real cool. So I'm just going to eye copy that and draw what I want to do. And I kept doing it. Then I saw Pokemon. And with Pokemon, I ended up I know I'm doing this all on purpose. But I watched Pokemon. And with Pokemon, I wanted to trace the characters and stuff. And same with Digimon, so on and so forth. And I continued to basically teach myself. I did not learn from a school. I did not learn from the internet. I learned from self-determination and what I thought was good or bad for my own style. So you can too. Just be determined. I believe in you. Too much?
Right.
Too
No, that's
much?
good.
Okay.
Matt has posted Zealous Terminator. Please put him on the desk.
I will grab Zealous Terminator in a second.
When convenient.
Yeah. So now we can go to that next question that just popped up. That is kind of a pretty easy one for everyone to answer. What's GM Squad stand for?
Game Master Squad. For those of you who are not aware, the four of us kind of became the GM Squad when the four of us banded together to run this massive Mutants and Masterminds tabletop game on a server we're all in, and we all regularly participate with tabletop stuff on that server, and a few of us also regularly run games. I have this brand new expansive one-shot marathon that I'm trying to get off the ground in that area on top of a campaign that I'm running. Eventually I might start actually putting some content up regarding like my thoughts on various games. I've actually considered doing so specifically for Legend of the Five Rings because frankly there's plenty of stuff that try to explain things like the intrigue rules and stuff, and I think, and honestly, none of them are that good. They're not as comprehensive as I'd like, and a few of them just straight up don't seem to get what the point of intrigues in that game are for. That's a whole other rant that I won't get into today, but
Oh, goodness.
I would record down that other question down there for later. The one that Creekcraft just asked.
Okay.
take a look. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. One to answer.
Yeah, that's a good one to answer. I like that one.
So what's our next question? You guys seem to have a list going.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, let's. I guess we could do that next one. Let me. Oh no, wait.
Sure.
No. I had another one already queued up.
Oh,
so.
All right.
Favorite video game console? Go.
Huh.
Huh?
This is going to sound sellout-ish, but actually the Switch.
If the PC can't count, yeah, Switch.
I think.
Yeah, I feel like the PC doesn't count for two reasons. One, I'm not as much of a PC gamer as a lot of you. Most of my PC time is art stuff. And two, the intent behind getting the PC was not only for games. If you guys want to count it as your favorite game console, by all means, but I do not count it.
There's a bee on my head. Ah!
Yep, he's gonna keep visiting. For me, if I had to say for certain, probably the PlayStation 1, and it's largely because of what games are on it. A lot of my, top nostalgia favorite games of all time are all on like the Super Nintendo and N64, but I think like my overall like really like big gaming experiences have all been stuff that was on the PlayStation. Like Legend of Dragoon Remaster. When? Come on, Sony, get on that.
I think just for nostalgic value, the Xbox 360. It used to be a game I used to play with my brothers all the time.
Oh yeah, I still have my own. I even have. Oh God, I got quite a few of them. I got the Wii U. I got a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, an Xbox 360 with the Kinect. Got the Switch. I got quite a few consoles. But if I'm going with nostalgia, GameCube. God, so many memories. Okay, so we are going on to the next question, I guess.
I suppose so. You do that.
How do we meet each
Also,
other?
remove B from head.
Done. Yeah, it's removed from your head.
Okay, thank you.
It's now one of our announcers. It's going.
Sounds good.
Oh goodness.
Well, I'll start off. So of everyone here, I ended up meeting Niv first. That was way back when in the 2006 on a little lesser known website that has imploded into itself by this point, Smack Jeeves. And this was after.
Yes. Good old Smacked Jeeves.
Yeah, we did a webcomic with each other called Sonic Author Advent 2.
Because it was a sequel to Sonic Author Advent 1.
Yep. And that thing kind of died pretty fast. And then they tried to revive it with Sonic Author Advent 3, which I don't think got more than 5 pages. But after that, we hung out on MSN and then moved to Skype. And then from and in Skype, I think, is where we came across both Sky and Gate inside of the No, not the
No,
Zesper.
it was West Tower at the time.
We met Sky in West Tower, right? Wait, was it?
Yeah, for me it was anyway, because funny thing about that, I was introduced to the rest of you via my college roommate at the time, who was a friend of someone else we know, and I just kind of stuck around.
Ah, okay. That's how it happened. So a friend of a friend introduced the friend of a friend to the friend of a group here.
Yeah, that's kind of just how most of our group came together. Like, the various people you'll see in streams outside of the GM squad just kind of clustered into one group over the years.
Yeah, that's literally the entirety of my sort of means of meeting you all. It first started with Niv, who brought me to a Pokemon MSN Messenger thing, and then brought me over to another server with everyone else, and then I met Sky through Haru, who brought me into West Tower, and then it went on to Discord.
It was basically a lot of forum movings and social media kind of shenanigans.
Yeah, just as social media progressed in the mid 2000s and early 10s.
And now we're on Discord.
Yes. I very much appreciate, Niv, that you've brought me into this group and made a whole bunch of friends.
I am very glad that I did so.
Yeah.
What's Niv's perspective on it all?
Oh, God. Various author comics leading to me meeting various people entangling up into various MSN chats, which got moved to Skype chats, which got moved to other Skype chats, and oh my god, so many Skype chats. And then we were like, okay, let's go to Discord, and then we all just collapsed into one big pile.
Yep. Oh, Met saying, if I remember correctly, Met had invited Gate into the Zest server in Discord when we met to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Now, this was in MSN Messenger, or even Skype, I think, Met. Far before with Discord.
Yeah, because...
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, because didn't the initial Mutants and Masterminds game that you ran, didn't that start on Skype?
Yes.
That absolutely started on Skype. I had a button to shake when everybody fell asleep because of my poor time management.
Oh god, I traumatized like half the chat one time because I like left some music on my end on repeat, the same song, and then I left the keyboard to do something, but I'd left the call open, and you couldn't just like move someone out of the call. If this one person was in the call, it stayed up.
Oh, especially if you were the host, because we couldn't just kick you.
So there were like, there was an hour where I had the same Stilly song on repeat while I wasn't at my desk.
Was it that pirate song?
Yes.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. That's how that became a meme on that in that game. Right. It's coming back to me.
Okay, so next question, and so a lot less personal of a question, but something a little more amusing. Does Bruno Mars is gay?
How old is that meme?
So old.
How old is Bruno Mars?
I honestly don't know.
I mean, like, I have no idea one way or the other if Bruno Mars chooses to... Let me check if that's actually...
Bruno Mars is 37 years old.
Look, Bruno Mars is gay is the most discussed in the media in the few years ago. Even it has happened in 2012, but some of the public's still curious about what exactly is
Absolutely.
Of course.
happening, and to be the reason there is a rumor comes out about his gay. At that time, he became the massive social networking rumor.
Where
The
did this
public.
even start? Was this like a Google Translate thing?
Especially his fans are shocked. He just came out with his bad rumor, which is spread massively.
Could have been
This
an
time it's not about his
AI-generated
music
article.
career, but his bad rumor. The rumor is out of standardize of hoax. According to the last reported, this singer revealed himself as homosexual. Do you still believe or not? This rumor is really much talked about by people, even in a person of his fans.
That really twists my brain into knots that I don't think I'm prepared to confront.
I did not know there was more beyond that first sentence.
I mean, there was a whole game.
Lucky you! I was on Tumblr when this first started!
I was listening to Game Grumps when they were reading it. And that's when it became blown up meme. Oh.
All right.
I see Niv gave something else for me to place. Anyway, probably a good segue, and now that we got the joke out of the way, how long have you been a channel? Well,
I think this
That
is a
is-
new question.
Yeah.
It
We've
is
at least been streaming. I want to say the GM Squad's been streaming for like 3 years, but that doesn't sound right.
all right. So the channel itself, and I'm kind of going into the history of the actual channel. If I could wait, does YouTube even tell me when it started? Pretty sure it does, right?
I think so, yeah.
Well, anyway, if I remember correctly, the channel itself, I believe, started in 2020. So I started this particular channel, Rabbit Hat Plays, in 2020 because I wanted to change away from the Nace Aber channel. Because, again, all about marketing and shenanigans like that.
The great big rebranding of 2020.
Yes, exactly. The great big rebranding of 2020.
Wait a minute. Did GM Squad spawn out of COVID times?
The stream, I think so.
The stream did, yeah, but otherwise,
because I was doing a whole bunch of because I was doing a whole bunch of streaming when I was furloughed for that few months. That's the whole reason I got half my equipment.
Yeah. But as for when GM Squad spawned, it was not in the 2020s. It was elsewhere. It was
at the latest. It was like 2017 because that was when the La Mancha campaign ended.
Yeah. What's going on over here?
And,
congrats,
yes,
Sour
we
Ocean.
have actually met in person, surprisingly enough.
Once, a few months ago.
Yeah. I am taller than most of these guys here.
You're taller than all of us. Like, all four of us. You are the tallest person.
Yes. Yes, you are.
You small baby children, behold my height. I am king of now the tower.
Aside from us all meeting together at Halloween time last year, so 2022? 2022? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah.
I know it feels like so long ago.
Oh yeah, it does. I miss the hangout. But Niv and I have met twice before that in person. Once with Tim and Haunt, and once just together.
Haunt wasn't there. It was just Tim.
Oh, it was just Tim. Right, it was just Tim.
I have gone to meet Tim before, but like...
Yeah, and you hung out with
Haunt
Tim,
before.
Haunt, and Haru.
But that was me going there. You and Tim came here.
Right. And we got to hang out in San Diego, found out everything was so expensive.
Yeah.
California's expensive, so if you want to go, make sure to prepare.
Yep.
Oh god, yeah.
Let's see.
How tall am I? About 6 feet. I think around 6 feet.
I'm 5'7".
It is the Kanananan, so he uses the meters.
Yeah, the Cananan.
But yeah, I'm like 5'4.5".
You're 5'4.5", but we're like about the same height. I think you're like
Sean.
6, because the last I measured, I was like 5'6".
Clearly, you're all 6 feet.
I am about 5'2", or for the metric people, about 158 centimeters.
I don't know metric, so I don't know how to convert it without having to stop what I'm doing.
Isn't 6 foot normal height? Not really.
Depends on the person and family.
For biological male, 5'10" tends to be the average height.
Yeah, that's the usual. Yeah, that's the usual, just standard global average.
Yeah. So I'm short. Gate's tall.
It's your rise above.
All right, so what is one memory you always remember from being a child? I've got a story, but do you want me to tell it first?
Please do.
Okay. Your stories are all probably going to be better than mine. So, here's my child story, everyone. The one that I love to regale almost all the time because I find it absolutely hilarious.
I'm going to refill my drink because I've heard this story like 20 times.
So I was 8 years old. There I was at my 8-year-old birthday party. There was a place called Blockbuster Golf and Games. It doesn't exist anymore, but when it did, it was like 3 stories tall. So many arcade games. They even had a go-kart place in the back and a lazy river that you could kind of float down on little floaties. It was really awesome. I loved the place. So I had all of my, at the time, friends, all of my family. Every single one that I knew was there for my birthday. And it came time to blow out the candles for the cake. Blew them out, no issue. The smoke rising delicately into the air. Everyone cheering. It was such a great time. I picked up one of the candles and I was told, lick off the icing. And I said, sure. In my head, I'm like, sure, I'll do that. Makes sense. Get the icing off. So I put the candle in my mouth, lick off the icing, and I hear, ew, he ate wax. And I threw up on myself. In front of
Fantastic.
in front of all my family, in front of all my friends, everyone I knew. Luckily, none of it got onto the cake or whatever. It was just kind of just on me. It's like, bleh. But I was escorted out of the room to go to the bathroom to clean myself up.
Oh, God.
Absolutely devastated, 8 years old, throwing up on myself in front of everyone. I look back on it now and I laugh. Well, that's my childhood story.
My goodness.
Yeah. Sonny's like, isn't Niv taller than her?
Goodness.
Hmm.
I guess. Oh, one memory I always remember for being a child. There is one very specific memory. It's not too notable, but I will always remember it. Is like the sudden and quick realization of my own self-awareness upon eating some Cheerios. Just sitting down eating some Cheerios, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a person with thoughts!
Funny you should say that because that's pretty much exactly my earliest memory too. It's like I just suddenly became conscious when I was asking my mother for cereal. Like 2 years old.
Just the sudden, and just like a blink, and it's like, what? Huh? Wait a minute.
Okay.
Because I have memories before this, but like that's the one where I become sort of semi-aware of my own actions.
Yeah, it's like it's the clear one. It's like there's stuff from before because you existed before that, obviously. But
Yeah.
I have a few kind of incoherent memories from growing up, but the first one I really truly remember with like actual clarity is when I was like 5 in preschool. Me and some other kids were playing around in the playground, and we, those like sort of, I want to say rectangular, but they're curved along the edges, those things they use to cover up the water holes.
Okay.
yeah.
We went over and we pulled one of those off, and the thing inside was just filled with cockroaches.
Oh.
No.
Wait.
Someone went off and got a teacher, and that's about as far as I remember.
Oh no.
Just a very distinct memory of playing with kids, going over to this thing, and it's like, oh, there are cockroaches in there.
So eating cereal, asking for cereal, and a whole bunch of cockroaches, and throwing up yourself at your own birthday.
You know what? That honestly sounds like a sequence of events.
Oh.
I think I have shocked Sean from the fact that cockroaches.
Yeah.
All right. Here's one from the Discord. What's the coolest thing? What? Say again?
Okay. Yeah. I will change this to what you're reading.
Oh, okay. What is the
Okay.
coolest thing you've ever done in a tabletop game, and whomst is here? Who even has access to this channel?
Hey, bro.
Wow.
What the hell? Hi.
Hello, Art.
Hello there.
Oh, wait,
Hello!
I should probably do that thing of hold on, I'll be.
Yes, cram Arch into the visual by all
Are you
means.
sure we're
Hi.
doing this now?
I like how I'm the only one not shocked by this development somehow.
Ooh,
It's like
what's
in
this?
the back of my head, I absolutely knew, but
Notices
I'm just
your
sitting here like,
arch.
wait. That's right. He could just come in here.
Yeah.
Just
I
as
have
we
the
can invade
power.
the bro zone.
That's,
We can?
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
You can.
file that away for later.
I will too.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was only Niv. I didn't realize everyone had that power.
Oh,
He
only
probably
the
just
GM
gave the
squad.
permission to the whole. He probably just gave the permission to the whole GM squad roll.
I did, and I'm going and
All right, I'll be back in 1 second while you get this ready.
yeah, I'm grabbing my bro.
Excuse you. I don't appreciate being grabbed.
Grip
Too bad
him.
you're getting grabbed.
You're getting
Firmly
command
grasp
grabbed.
thine brother and commit the
Well,
Satsui no Haru.
Anyway, to answer this question,
Yes.
it's gonna be a toss-up between something that happened during a wreckage game and something that happened during a Five Rings game.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'll just talk about both of them to give Sky a little bit of time to come back. So let's do the Rokugan game just because she knows that one already, so she wouldn't be missing too much. We were having this climactic showdown in this temple on top of a mountain, and these ninjas have set up all of these barbed wires and things in the center of this area and set up a sandstorm around it. So if you go in, you can't see and you're going to get caught on barbed wire. My character sees this, sees some evil magic stuff going down, decides fuck all of that, and hits it with lightning, creating a Faraday cage of sorts, electrocuting everyone inside, knocking out half the mooks of the encounter,
I
and
remember that.
also damaging Masashi in the process. Sorry about that.
Oh no problem. I actually kind of liked that because it was the first time that Masashi really ended up getting any real damage.
He got his revenge later. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
he got
I'm
his
back.
revenge later.
Well, what are we talking about here?
I was just one of my two stories was Junpei's Faraday cage moment.
Oh yeah, that's right. When you absolutely vibe checked another party member.
Yeah. The other one was during the wreckage game, where
There we go.
one of my characters was a princess from an undersea kingdom, and her sister had taken it over and was doing dark magic stuff in there. And so my character is like, okay, let's rally the people to fight this evil magic and my evil sister and whatever is going on. So I just straight up wrote like a song thing because my character was a bard to rally the people. Read the thing off, and then Gate was just like, yeah, okay, this happens.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I straight up can't make you roll for it if you straight up made a whole song. Like the concept and even possibility of failure after that kind of player participation would. I simply could not.
True.
All right, who is next on that one then?
I'm still thinking on cool things that I've done. I don't think I've done too many cool things, if any at all. So, Gate, go.
But I feel like I'm a little bit in the same boat because I guess.
Wait, I have a question.
You have
Yeah.
questions.
Is this something you've done, or is this something that you GM'd and someone else has done?
It
This
says,
is kind-
what's the coolest thing you had done for a D&D or a TTRPG game?
I'd like to think this can
Um,
include both as a player and as a GM.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have some from way, way back in the day when I was on just playing for the first time, essentially. And my brother might know a couple of these. One of them is the story of the invincible warrior who only took damage from shurikens to the back of the skull, but ended up having by the end of the fight, 2 tigers on his arms, several stab wounds, kunais sticking out of the spinal cord, and ended it with a coup de grace on a lion. I had a really high AC. Is essentially the summary of the story, and absolutely nothing actually did damage to me because it was a low level mission, so nothing could roll that high. And so I just stood in front. I remember distinctly there was a section where we had to go past a corridor and we had to sneak. And the one downside to having a lot of AC is my sneak stat was not the highest. So naturally, I rolled a 4, and that didn't help. So I stumbled out, slammed my foot into the side of the wall, and yelled as loud as I could, and then looked to my team and said, "I don't think they noticed," as everyone began to roll for initiative. And after that, of course, since we're going past the corridor, I'm blocking the corridor. The good news is that I'm the fighter, so I end up blocking it and preventing them from actually attacking any of my allies. But I also prevent my allies from doing anything else because they have to go through me.
Yeah, I remember this.
And the only person who could actually hit me was there was apparently also a ninja that no one saw because we had to roll for a perception and none of us noticed him. And he's the only one who actually rolled high enough to do a sneak attack on me, dealing all but 1 of my HP. So that was
This is how we discovered his weakness.
yes, sneak attacks.
The Achilles back of the head.
Yeah, imagine that,
The
stabbing
Achilles-
the neck.
The Achilles brainstem.
You just held at the back of your neck as you're dunked into the impregnable water. It's like, I know how to make sure that they don't have that heel weakness. I'll use the back of the neck.
I honestly, the only thing aside from not taking like any damage outside of I think it was 2 or 3 kunais to the back of the head, was I ended up critting, but I managed to deal a lot of damage to the enemies, but one of them was to a full HP or almost full HP like beast, or I want to say it was like a lion or a chimera or something like that.
Yeah.
And I ended up critting. I rolled nat 20. And so I rolled again to see if I confirmed it. And I rolled another 20. I'm like, well, at this point, I'm going to go for the coup de grace. And I rolled and I confirmed it. So I did 4x damage and just deleted this lion from existence, cutting off its head. And then I asked the DM, hey, can I take this home as a trophy? And he's like, I mean, I guess you technically keep your inventory with you, but it's Pathfinder. You don't have a home. Can I take it with me?
Society is the Pathfinder Society.
Yeah. And I'm like, but can I take it with me? And the answer was yes. So that character still has it hanging on his wall somewhere.
Marvelous. This has sort of helped me remember what my coolest thing I did in the D&D or TTRP campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And Met is still not happy about it.
Oh, this.
Wait, what?
This is the train fight, isn't it?
Oh, it's not necessarily the train fight, but I could mention that as well.
Oh, okay. Go off.
So splitting the timeline, apparently. So, Yeah, we had a villain who just very dramatically was having us have visions of the future, but technically we were physically there every It's like, I know what you're talking
Oh.
about, and I'm still mad at you for that.
Okay, same campaign, mind you.
Sam campaign. Yeah, because I was playing a Warforged fighter named Twine, and she had the ability to teleport using Misty Step. Now, in between all of these, like going back and forth in time, sort of like as the villain was like just dramatically like, ah ha ha, this is how things are going to turn out to be. So because we were sort of technically physically there, not there, there was this like very overly dramatic machine with someone inside of it. So what I had Twine do was teleport inside of it and grab the person inside. What this resulted in is like duplicating that person and bringing them back into the past, splitting the timeline.
You know what? I was thinking about the salt incident, but you know what? That works too.
Oh, the salt incident is pretty funny. So there was this, I guess, living train we were fighting at one time. It was like just going from car to car, fighting each individual enemy, just like knocking them out of the windows. And we eventually got to the what's the front of a car called? The engine?
Yeah.
The engine of the car was straight up a living being, and
With centipede legs. Don't forget the centipede legs.
with creepy centipede legs, and we were sort of fighting
What's
it.
this,
I was like
Choo-Choo
spraying
Charles?
smoke and poison at us, and it had a smokestack. And for some reason or other, I had 5 pounds of salt on me because a couple session back, I decided to buy like 4 separate substances. I had a bag of holding, so that's kind of how I was carrying it.
Frankly, you
And
should
I-
just never be trusted with a bag of holding. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, if you've
So we're
given me
going
a
to trust Skate with every bag of holding. Got it.
if you've given me a bag of holding, you've messed up. I will do something silly with it. So I
never
take
made-
out 5 pounds of salt and put it into the smokestack, which Met had to calculate. Okay, that is probably going to mess up the engine somewhat.
Yeah.
Didn't I follow that up with several grenades?
Perfect. Yes, you did. Look, there was a hole on the top
Yeah,
of
they
it
did.
that goes into it. So just put salt and grenades in, and you will defeat the creepy centipede train.
I have been graced with a picture to showcase of this story.
Ooh,
Oh, yes! Yes, the art that Met did of the train.
really?
Yes.
Here it is.
Oh God, that thing!
Yes, that's what we were fighting.
Chew.
Oh my God!
Chew. That's terrifying.
This is what we were fighting.
Oh God, yeah, that was such a cool fight, though.
Right?
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
sure
my.
it was. Yeah.
Like, my goodness,
Oh, cute.
adorable.
Alright, shrinking this down. It's just another picture for the wall, I guess.
Sure,
go.
for now, anyway.
You got one, Sky?
I really don't know what I would qualify as the coolest thing I've ever done in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have, like, either for something I've done in a game or for something I've done, like, as a GM for a game, does anyone have any nominations? And I'll tell that story.
Ah, you're going the ask the audience route.
Yeah.
Is that your lifeline you want to use?
For the time being.
Okay.
I like, if we're going to go to like a similar theming campaign, something Kansas has done.
Oh, good lord. Alright. So... Alright, let me go ahead and pop the photo up. Where's the GM squad chat?
Kansas was another fighter in that same campaign Met was running. I really liked this character. There was a lot to them. I'm not saying anything just in case, like, Sky. Oh God, the bee's back on my head.
Where
Took 'em
did
exactly
I
this long to
put-
notice.
Look, I can't see because, like, I can only see the YouTube thing. The Discord stream is just a black
What?
screen.
Yeah, that
I
happens
have
to me
a
as
hard
well.
time because I gotta focus on the screen with the Discord one,
There we
which would be
are.
more
Okay.
real time. But yeah,
So you're telling me your focus needs more focus.
I'm telling you, there's other
Yeah.
things I gotta
Oh.
do.
So, you might notice this little gnome dude that just got put on the table. That was our main villain of that campaign.
On the right side, not the left side.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
see.
other gnome.
This
Are
guy,
they brothers? Matt, are they brothers?
Oh my
Can
god!
they be
God.
brothers?
Are they
That's
brothers?
a terrifying concept. Anyway, my character, Kansas Leica, originally started as a draft of like a Final Fantasy 14-esque character. And for whatever reason, I wound up jumping in on this game late, and I was going to adapt the character. I was just give him a normal sword and everything, and then the GM was like, no, no, it's okay. This is a kind of steampunky, cyberpunky kind of game. You can have the gunblade. I'm like, okay. So in enters this absolute dumpster fire of a man who, and I'm not making this up, he took a heavy wound in battle, lost his eye, but instead of seeking medical attention, he just insisted that he had it, and in his blood loss induced delirium got on the wrong ship and wound up somewhere completely different, and then after helping the party deal with wherever he wound up, and I think we were busting our third slave ring at the time. Because that was like a thing. Because that was like a thing that was going on in this region. So the party was just going from spot to spot to disrupt the whole thing. This man shows up, lights half of it on fire, and he lived by the laws of Leica, which was several dozen random sayings in the vein of the 70 maxims of maximally effective mercenaries from Schlock Mercenary that I was just making up on the spot.
God, I love those.
There is an entire Google Doc of the ones I have, and he just quoted this shit constantly. I think just as an example, one of them was, backup plans are for people who didn't think to pack grenades.
Accurate.
Yeah, there was, just so you understand the flavor of half of this stuff. It was this combination of just really, like, actual tactics, basic logic reminders, and stuff like you can't spell progress without property damage. So I wasn't so much a fighter as I was the demolitions guy. So yeah, so this character, I believe the biggest thing I had him do realistically, honestly, I got a few big moments that I gave him, but I think the biggest one was, I actually worked with the GM on this. Everyone was about to get hit by this giant, like, lightning laser thing from some monster. It was like a breath weapon or something. And I had a reaction left. And I asked the GM, like, hey, if I jump in the way and I take it, no save, can everybody else get out of it? GM agreed. He almost died. He was at dying and only barely managed to get stabilized right at the end.
We nearly
wow.
lost Kansas. No.
Poor Kansas.
Then we blew up. Oh, we also blew up a king, but that's something else.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sometimes you just blow up a king. It's wonderful. I remember this. They were very dramatically floating in the air, and then just Kansas throws their entire grenade belt right at them.
Yeah, because the thing about having grenades on your belt is that you can throw the belt like a bolas, and then it'll wrap around their neck, and then their head will explode because there's 4 grenades on it.
Oh,
All right. Wow.
So, Sean, what's your answer for this?
All right, so there was some long, hard, deep thoughts of turning
Oh, my.
around and looking. And honestly, of all the moments that I could think of, there's one moment that I got reminded of thanks to both Gate and Ark.
oh boy.
It was in the Wreckage of the Old Boats campaign when we were when I had Fetham kind of disappeared already, and I was using the detective that was after him, who was a Warforged. We ended up facing off against this giant sea monster, and one of Niv's character's sisters, Arn's sisters, who was trying to stop the heroes for some reason. I forgot what it was. And there was just, we were getting basically beaten back by this large creature. And I used one of the abilities that allowed me to basically be able to take an insight check on the creature, and if I succeeded, my next attack on it would be a sneak attack damage, because the subclass of rogue that I chose was investigator. So kind of like a whole Sherlock Holmes kind of thing, analyze the person, and you see the weak spot, so you take that turn to analyze where that weak spot is. Then you can do the sneak attack damage instead of not being noticed. Well, I did that damage, and it was the most amount of damage that was done in any of the campaign. It was like 62 damage. Kate, you remember this? It was a sneak attack critical hit.
That was absurd.
It was just a rapier, a normal ass rapier, just right into the giant creature. It's like, this thing's obliterated. You jab that rapier right through their head, kind of thing.
They are gone. They have popped like a balloon upon you poking them with your sword.
And it was
What was that
all
story?
underwater.
Bro, do you remember that one story that I don't know why, but it's the one I thought you were going to tell about when you got like a crit and then like a failure, but then like another crit, and it was like something along the lines of the story went where you were fighting off against a sea creature of some kind, and you
Is this
metaphorically
the one where you
kicked it in the
punched
balls.
yourself? Oh no, that's a different one.
That was also a cool
No.
moment, now that I think about it, where I was playing Invincible, who is a sort of One Punch Man knockoff, but not really, because he was very weak, but he couldn't be destroyed otherwise. And
Let's be real here. Invincible was a Gmod character.
yeah, more or less. Well, he tried to punch himself to get out of a hole because he couldn't climb out of it, and he missed because I rolled a natural
Right.
1.
I remember this now.
Then I rolled again, and I got a critical success, which in Mutants and Masterminds terms means I can do whatever I want when it comes of a choice for a crit. What happens with the crit? I chose that it did 5 more damage. Well, it already was doing like 30 to 35 damage because the ability to hit was so low.
And for those of you who don't know, this game has knockback rules.
Yeah, that led to the knockback, which was, when we calculated it, sent him to the moon. Not lying, straight into space, right to the moon.
We
He would've
decided to
kept-
have him hit the moon because otherwise he would have kept going.
Yeah. And so he did it again. He actually critted, if I remember correctly, while on the moon to knock himself back onto Earth.
Didn't you have to spend a hero point to crash on the moon too?
Yes, I did, because it was the middle of the day.
Trajectories and all that.
Yeah. He's like, okay, if we don't have the moon in the way, he's going to be going to Pluto.
He could punch himself back, but he won't be there for another 3 weeks.
Basically. It's like, all right, I'm done with Invincible, guys. Okay, who's next?
That would have been the most hilarious way to get rid of that character, though.
Okay, but then 3 weeks later, we're just in the middle of some dramatic moment, and then Invincible just crashes down from outer space.
He just suddenly goes. Well, no, he can't suffocate. That was part of his thing. He couldn't suffocate.
No, he just rises up like Saitama from One Punch Man.
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, all Terminator style too, where like when they go back in time, no clothing could come with them, just because re-entry and all that. And he was just like, why is this naked man here? He fell from space.
If we don't have another question lined up, this does bring up one I could ask.
Well,
I think we have a lot of questions lined up.
I've got a lot
right.
of questions here. Like
Fair enough.
one that was asked twice. Here, let me bring it up. What is your favorite place to go?
That seems very vague.
Well, I mean, a place to go that is your favorite.
My room. That's where
The
all of my
Discord
stuff
server?
is. Yeah. That too.
Hmm.
Place.
But yeah, generally my room where my stuff is because my
Yeah,
stuff
kinda.
is there.
I mean, I know it's a cop-out answer, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You know,
Or McDonald's. McDonald's.
oh, McDonald's is an interesting
Orders a
answer.
single black coffee and leaves.
No.
If I'm going to limit myself to not in my house, the place I have gone to the most is either a grocery store known as Publix or Walmart.
Hmm.
Yeah, got to get groceries somehow.
No.
Yeah.
Need is a strong word.
Gotta get food somehow.
Well, that's fair.
Let's see.
I
There
mean, not all of
was-
us can eat chaos and stardust or whatever the heck your avatar does.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's only when I feel peckish. It's more of if I want, not necessarily a need. The only need I have is to consume knowledge.
I can respect that.
Let's see here. So, here's a
Punk's got
question. Yeah. What's up, Kate?
I was going to suggest the one Hot made in the general chat.
That's exactly the one I was just about to suggest too.
Oh man.
So you want to read it
Oh,
off?
snap.
Go ahead.
Sorry
no.
for the disturbance. Rinnan has returned.
Hello, Renan. Kate, read it off.
Very well. If you woke up the next day and were one of your characters you have created, OC or personal game/build, and you were to be that look forever, which one would you want to be?
Here's the problem with that one. We all have really easy answers in our Sona avatars.
I'd say
Nah,
if
no,
our
that's just
Sona
us. That's
avatars
not-
was not an option.
Okay, fair
Sona
enough.
avatars aren't our OCs.
All right.
I'm going to go with the very cheesy answer and say Arius because then I can shapeshift. Also have access to cool warlock magic.
Probably my Final Fantasy 14 character.
Eric,
Yeah, to the
questions
surprise of
been
like
added.
nobody.
I'm going to say Arius as well, because I'd be able to shapeshift and have access to cool warlock magic.
Gate, you fucker. Now, what's one of
What
your
is he
OCs,
wrong?
Gate?
Oh, okay.
Your characters that you have created, not Niv has created.
Oh, dang.
I just
Well,
created
Nate is going
Arius,
to
who's a
pick one because
shapeshifter
then
right
he's
now.
like a cool warlock powers, and he's made of wood, so he can't be.
See, there's this new character that I just came up with named Arios, who
They can shapeshift and have warlock powers. I just made them 5 seconds ago.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Oh, God.
I've seen this one before.
If I woke up the next day and I were one of my own characters that I created and were to be that way, that look forever, which one would I want to be? What now? Is it just look or like inhabiting the life of the entire person? I mean, is that?
I think it's just look. Like you are RL, and you're suddenly them. Much to probably the horror of your family.
Both.
So hence the Arius shapeshifting answer, because like I could very quickly transform into myself, so I can very easily explain the situation.
Huh. I tend to be very boring.
But yeah, I should
with
probably
my
think of my own
characters.
character.
Yeah, I tend to be pretty boring with the characters that I build for myself. Oh, jeez. I keep coming back to one in my head, and I keep questioning, do I really want to make that my answer?
Do it.
You want to be a furry.
I'm telling you, bro, it's not a furry. That's what keeps popping into my head.
Is
Oh,
it
I
Fathom?
thought-
It's totally Fathom.
I knew
Oh
it.
my
I
god,
knew it.
him. Oh god.
That's why I was asking, does it have to be specifically just the looks, or could it be like getting all the tech and stuff too?
The tech and intelligence to keep making that tech.
Yeah, exactly. And then just find a way to just get people on the Patreon to be able to tour my super villain, quote unquote.
Oh god,
Evil
that's
lair.
right. Your supervillain had a Patreon.
I love that.
I'm sorry, you let the supervillain run the Patreon? What's
No, no,
this
no.
now?
Well,
The
he was
supervillain
getting-
had a Patreon in character.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
perfect.
was getting funding for that for his villain lair.
Yeah, it
That's
was like
where he got
Doctor
his all
Evil
his resources.
schemes.
Yeah, it's like Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't Cheese Wheel pretend to be one of his fans?
Yes.
Yes, and got to tour.
For
tour the
context,
place.
Cheese Wheel was my character in that same campaign with the ability to turn into a mouse. That was all they could do.
I feel like I'm going to have to double-check how you played Cheese Wheel just in case in any future Five Rings game I run, you finally toss Big Rat at me.
Probably
Oh, boy.
would be the same.
Drastically differently.
Fair.
Because Cheese Wheel could turn into a mouse. I don't think my character in the back row, Big Rat, could turn into a big rat unless there's an incantation I've not seen yet. In which case, I would absolutely grab that.
I'd
I'd
have
have
to
to deal
check.
with that.
Also, Cheese Wheel was a like a computer whiz or whatever.
A computer mouse, yes.
Yes.
I appreciated that.
So Gate, who's your character choice again? Oh yeah, I love that character too.
Me too. Is like my favorite character I've ever made. Does so many stuff. I guess if I had to I've two answers for this. If I was being shitposty about this, probably Ramsey, that sidekick, a goat I had, or Lou, who is an alien I made for a campaign a while back.
Yeah. Okay.
They had
Go ahead.
they had ability to regenerate from wounds very easy, and I think that would be cool to have.
So,
Just-
for reference on the goat, in an old D&D game that I ran with these guys, Gate played a wizard who also happened to have a goat with him. The goat wasn't involved in any kind of class features or anything. He just had a goat. Then they got armor for the goat, and the goat was kind of an asshole. So I actually had a little roll chart that I called my goat behavioral chart, and that determined in the given scene how the goat was behaving, and there were shenanigans had.
I loved that bit. I truly loved that little mechanic you've introduced.
Yeah, if that happens, the is Ramsey misbehaving chart will return. Especially considering now that I'm using Foundry for most of my stuff, and they allow custom rollable tables regardless of system.
Oh boy.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, let me grab Ramsey for the let's see.
Eventually, we're gonna have to clear this table.
Just sweep off the area.
No. See, everything's just in a pile on the side.
This
You
is
need to
just
spread
gonna
it
be,
out some more.
This is just gonna be season 1. Yeah. This is
Yeah,
season
you
1.
know what? That makes
desk.
sense. Maybe we'll just clear it when it's done, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The
you know what?
The minute
That's
this
an
table
idea.
fills up, that's when it's season 2.
Yes. Oh, that's gonna be an interesting idea. So I have been in search mode just a little bit of Garden Gnome, but I have set up the next question.
Well, I mean, we do got the Garden Dome. Those all exterminators right there.
You know what?
No,
I'll take it.
the one that I was talking about. Anyway,
Ah,
what is an item that represents you? You cannot use dice.
I feel like that's a very easy question to answer if you look at our logo.
Right?
Well, go ahead. Explain away.
Well, you see, we have the glasses for Sky. We have
No.
the
You
rabbit
explain
hat
yours.
for
You
Sean.
explain yours. You explain yours, and then everyone else can explain theirs. And why?
Well, there's no why attached to this question. It's just
Yeah,
what's
I'm
an item
adding
that
it.
represents you.
I'm adding the why.
and sometimes why?
Well, I have scarves because I like scarves. I just like them. They are flowy and swishy, and I have like 10 in my closet.
Yee.
Yeah.
I have a hoodie because a friend named Jack had represented me as. No, wait, no. Like, Nace, you drew this little avatar first with me with a hoodie, and that just stuck. Impromptu
I
with
think
nothing.
it's
I just
because
have a
your
goat
original
hoodie.
avatar was a goat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my little goat person that Jack drew me, and then Nace converted into a flesh human, and here it is. This is what a goat would look like if they turned into a flesh human. It's great.
Yeah.
That is totally my backstory. I was a goat, and then a wizard came by, tripped, exploded in a magical flurry of arcane
A garden
magic.
gnome knocked over a shelf of magical ingredients, and there happened to be a goat nearby.
Yes.
Yeah. The glasses are kind of a basic but identifiable thing for me. I've been wearing them like literally as long as I can remember. I do not actually own a pair of red frames yet.
Get yourself some red frames, or I will get
Oh,
them
yeah.
for you.
I need to replace my glasses at some point anyway. So when
Hey,
I
what's
do
your
that, I'll probably
prescription?
look at them. Oh God, you don't want to know.
Hey, tell me your prescription.
I-
Take
I-
a
I have-
picture of it.
I have some eye doctors who just they don't know how to make sense of my prescription. I have a very bizarre kind of astigmatism, and it so my prescription changes constantly.
Oh,
I
geez.
haven't gone to an eye doctor in a while. I need to fix that.
You
Hmm.
guys go to eye doctors?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
optometrists, as they are called. They fix
Oh.
eyes. I've very recently gone to one, got a new pair of glasses.
Do they look like those?
They are much more square and much closer to these pink ones, yes. But not in
Nice.
color.
Yeah, still.
Cool. So as for me, I liked hats. I liked wearing hats, and then I depicted myself wearing a bucket hat. And then with rabbit hat plays, I mashed the rabbit and the hat together, and just have rabbit ears coming out of a bucket hat. And so, I like hats. Okay. What about you, bro? You don't have an item around here. What represents you?
The um.
Why is he even here? He's not part of the GM squad.
Excuse you.
He's here because he chose to be.
Yeah, he's getting the
Ow.
consequences.
The consequences of coming in here are that you have to answer questions too.
Oh God. I was asked to be here. Excuse what? I guess I would be
So
my
this
hood.
is-
Because I have my it's kind of shaped like an owl, but the other part of it that is a little bit like an Easter egg that I don't think people are aware of is that I actually have AOA kind of in the eyes and the hood shape and the gem on my hoodie. So, and that's supposed to be Arc of Abyss. The little
Okay.
thing that I don't think people kind of
So a
know.
hoodie is the item that would represent you.
Cloak hood thing.
Cloak, I guess. Yeah, I think it's more of just like the hood itself, like the shape of the top part.
So the hood more specifically than the cloak.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's either that or I guess the gem in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. We got. Yeah, here's. God damn it. You know what? Let's just get this one out of the way because it's meme-tastic just a little bit, and that is let me just get it onto the screen. Why are you such a trapezoid? Oid.
All right. It's been all right. Been nice having y'all on. I'll see you.
Well, you see, the reason that I'm a trapezoid is because it's hip to be square.
Trapezoids are not
What?
squares.
They're not squares.
They are four-sided shape.
For the record, this is a really silly. Just kind of like joke insult that gets thrown my way in our other server, and that is why my glasses are trapezoid shaped.
That's part of the reason, yeah. That I couldn't. Well, I think I remember seeing your glasses at the time, and they were also kind of that shape. Wasn't that the
Very
case?
slightly.
I think glasses tend to be that shape kind of naturally if they are squarish.
Yeah.
I have inserted another question.
Oh boy.
How many more do we have to go through before we get to you again?
Here, I'll ask. I'll throw up another question that was there. Is would you rather be by the ocean or in the forest?
Both terrible options.
I would have to say by the ocean because the smell of fish does not bother me in the slightest.
I'd have to say by the forest because I've already a contract with the Fey creatures, and if I move too far away from the forest, I won't be able to contact them and uphold my side of the bargain.
Oh,
Don't worry
wait,
about it.
I got it.
I'm gonna have to go within the forest because the ocean has cursed me and I will not forgive it for its sins.
Yeah, given the choice between the two, I would also have to say the forest. Yeah, sure, I live in a state that is surrounded on three sides by ocean and the Gulf, but at the same time,
This is the only way he can escape it.
That's
Well,
true.
I've had a bad experience with the ocean, and while I still go from time to time, if being asked to join a group or something, kind of like when I was working at a lifeguard equipment company, needed to take some videos on the beach. I had when I was a child, there was a time when I went into the ocean and I saw this blue plastic bag looking thing just floating next to me. And it seemed to be unraveling a little bit. Well, when I figured out what it was, as a jellyfish, I bolted from the ocean. I was like,
Ooh.
where the ocean was to the grass. I was off the sand in like less than 2 seconds. I
yeah.
got
Cartoon
spooked by
thing
that.
where you like spring out of the water and just zoom through the
Yeah,
air.
no. Even if it's not
Yeah.
particularly poisonous, jellyfish stings just suck.
Yeah, I didn't get stung, so for all I actually know today, it could have really been a plastic bag, but I get really nervous with the unknown of the water after that situation.
Remind me never to run you through Polaris.
Polaris is tabletop situation dealing with under the ocean.
Under the
Yes.
sea.
Yes, it is.
Under
It's the
the
one where
sea.
everything is terrifying.
Under
Hey,
the
bro.
Understand? Oh, don't do it, bro.
better.
Please don't do
Everything's
it. Don't
better
say it.
under the sea.
We have a game we need to play.
I know what you're gonna say.
We should play Subnautica.
Didn't he already play Subnautica on his old
We
played,
channel,
like,
though?
One episode of it, and it was the funniest thing I have seen in a long time.
Something's
That was
fishy
way
around
long
here.
ago, though.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. All right, I think did everyone answer this question?
Yes.
All right. So another good question is there a favorite stream you guys had together?
Ooh.
Hmm.
In all honesty, I know this is a weird one, and also kind of the easy answer, but legitimately, the Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion stream was great.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
Yeah, as much as an easy answer for me is that one as well. I'm gonna try and deviate a little bit. So aside from that one,
For my aside from Turnip Boy answer, I'm gonna go with the Thanksmas stream we did at the end of last year.
ooh, that is a good one. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Poor Icarus, but that's a good one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Icarus was when we were looking for houses for
Yeah,
that one.
Icarus was the pregame
Oh,
stream.
right.
It was Doofus after that.
Doofus. Oh, poor Doofus. Oh, jeez.
Also, it featured the JoJo's guessing game, which I am still trying to edit down into actual digestible video, but God, that's taking a while.
Some
And the
reason.
Wraiths. And the Wraiths.
And the Wraiths.
Yeah, that was certainly a thing that happened. No. Gate and I spent like that whole weekend preparing the JoJo part, and part 9 is now out, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Okay, so I know I've been working on it for like half a year now, but it has to be the control section. Specifically, when it comes to the stream, it's the one where we ended up in the Alan Wake section, where
Lampy.
Lampy officially got established. And then I looked back at the second stream we did, and Lampy was essentially established without us knowing it at the time. It was like, oh, that's perfect. So yeah, I would have to say the Alan Wake control portion if I went with the Ark of Abyss plays one, I would have to say Dead Space.
I've been watching clips of that.
There's a lot. There's a lot of good clips from there.
Considering that the only clips that I created from it was the first stream, I could have made others, but I have no time. I just have no time.
Hey, we are now at a point where we actually have an audience that wants to create clips for us, so that's amazing.
Yeah, I would appreciate it. I really would.
The last time I ever had that happen to me was when I was playing Spelunky.
Yeah, those are really good clip-worthy moments. That's for sure. So I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think my favorite one was that one particular one that is sort of being memorialized in that picture over there with poor Icarus, the Minecraft stream.
Oh yeah. The going to the base thing, yeah.
And our whole goddamn tirade about Dr. Mr. Reverend fracking or whatever it was.
That was fun.
This is a weird question.
We never actually got it completely straight.
That's true. But that's how we got it straight, was that it wasn't straight, so it's always not going to be straight. What about you, bro? You know, what's your favorite stream with us?
Oh God. I mean,
What
considering
is
all
our
I've done is
favorite?
Paladins,
Well then,
I guess it would be
yeah.
a Paladin stream.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Oh,
Ark,
that
we
makes
have
sense.
tabletop stuff upcoming. You want to
Yeah,
be
but
a
you see-
pirate?
The answer of want is yes, but I'm like my brother, where I have literally no time.
It's Wednesday night. Bro, do you have Wednesday night open?
What? No, it's Sunday,
No.
Sean.
You're right.
We
It's
moved it off of
Sundays.
Wednesdays like 2 months ago.
Sunday's
Damn.
just my one day off. I'd rather actually just
You know
recover.
we're getting older. You know we're getting older.
Oh my God. Yes, we are. Talk about our vices and bad habits, huh?
But no, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sunday's your days off, but it's like I'm the one streaming. You don't have to stream on Sunday. You could just join us for a little one shot or whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah, offers open.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps. If the audience likes this video and we get to 10,000 likes, maybe.
Oh,
Hear that? Get on it, you two. Get on it. Yes, let's get a random YouTube VOD that just happens to also be the end of Pokemon Ranger on a channel that is freshly celebrating 100 subs to 10,000
Okay.
likes.
Okay, I understand. We'll compromise.
5 years in the future, this video will suddenly get 10,000 likes, and we'll have to drag Ark out of retirement.
Hey, bro.
You know for a fact if you have like 100,000 subscribers and there's people in this chat right now, they will come back to this very video and be like, "Hey, you see that like bar? I know it's been 40 years, but you said there'd be a tabletop. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Are you a liar?"
We are GM squad. We can always come up with something on the fly, or at least
yeah.
I
That's
can.
true.
And by that time, I'll probably own like 500 tabletops. So you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Not tabletop games, specifically tabletops. Sky will have 4 table legs in her house, and she'll switch out the top every now and again.
She'll
Oh,
have a
God.
warehouse just in the back filled with tabletops. And she'll just change it out every week just to keep you on your toes.
I mean, listen, if I had the opportunity to do that, if I could have custom table arrangements for every game I wanted to play, that would be amazing.
hell yeah! There's just this big crane in her house. It takes it up, put it back down.
She's
Yeah,
crane
no, see-
certified.
Yeah, no. See, there's just this rail system hooked up to the ceiling.
I mean, there is
Just
a
press a
relatively
button.
practical way to do that. You just have a table with a glass top that can come out, and you set down a mat beneath the glass.
Oh,
I mean,
bro.
yeah, if you want to be practical about it.
No. You need to get hologram. That's what I'm saying. You put a glass top with light projectors downward.
Oh,
and then
duh,
you
I mean,
just click it. It's virtual, baby. It changes automatically.
here's
The
the thing.
underfoot splitter!
That's a thing. They make tables that have LCD monitors in them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you
they
could
do.
just do that. I could legit do that.
Uh-oh. I feel like I just encouraged bad financial decisions.
Oh, no.
Good
It's all right. I am actually
decision.
really, really good with budgeting. However, that said, that is a wonderful eventual investment.
Yeah.
Hologram tables with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, especially if you
Yes.
get like especially if you have like a special like cap or lid you can put over the screen part, so you could actually put like regular like board games and stuff on it without damaging the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, just basically just give it a
Questions?
top. Yeah,
Eventually,
Sean.
it'll be the future. You'll be able to just have a scanner. They can bring their own figurines, and I'll just make a virtual copy on the fly.
Yes, that's called a 3D printer.
Well, 3D scanner. That's actually a thing.
Yeah.
So there's another question I think we should get to. I've recently put in the general chat. If you could put that up, Nace.
Oh, okay. Let me go grab
Kate,
this.
is this one of yours?
Yes.
Alright, so let's
You know
see.
what? Sure.
Which
Sure.
one? Which one do you want? Oh,
The latest
I guess
one,
it's-
Gate put.
yeah,
The one
it's
that
a
says
two-
exactly.
It's a two-parter,
The
apparently.
one that says exactly what you think it is.
All right, let's see. So we go into this, and then we go here, and we add this to try and make it fit into the screen itself, because I'm trying to make sure these questions stay fitted, so to speak.
Of course.
It is like a sheet.
Hayes! What? Hayes, what's your We're Back, a Dinosaur Story from 1993 fan character? If you've none, when will you be making one?
Thanks, Gate.
Thank you, Kate.
Thanks.
So here's my We're Back, a Dinosaur Story from 1993 fan character. And I don't know if you could actually call this a fan character, because it's an actual character that appeared in the movie, but not for very long. You see, during that intro segment, where the guy is showing everyone the dream bubbles, all of these children appear in those dream bubbles. And my fan character is one of those specific kids in those dream bubbles that we don't actually focus on because we're too busy focusing on the actual main characters. Now, you see, I'm taking that kid and I am making him my own character. So this is now my fan character who I can say was actually in We're Back, a Dinosaur Story from 1993.
Oh,
What a
God, I just
roundabout
noticed
way of going about
fancy.
that.
Perfect. That's just a good way of making fan characters. Just recycle unused ones from the movie itself. Like the basis is there. It's a good structure to go from.
It sounds like you thought a lot about this.
You say that like I didn't come up with this like 90% on the spot.
Well, I've got. What about you, Sky? What about you?
Okay, well, it's either going to be somebody who works at the museum they were supposed to be at, or a random ankylosaurus that got vibe checked by the meteor. Next.
Fair enough.
I'm going to have to say that the one small dinosaur creature that appears underneath the Triceratops' foot, who has been horribly crushed and murdered. They are now named Jiminy, and they somehow survived, but they are still horribly crushed flat and they can't do anything.
Are they Rex's
a cricket?
conscience?
Huh?
Are they Rex's conscience or a cricket? As
Yeah, they are not Rex's conscience. They're I think his name was Boo, the Triceratops. They are totally their conscious. Woog. But like they're totally supposed to act as the Woog's conscience, but they are still currently underneath the foot of the Triceratops and cannot do anything. They are still being horribly crushed with each individual step Woog makes.
Fair enough.
They
fair
are in
enough.
constant and inexorable pain.
That's horrible.
Absolutely. This is a
well,
terrible fan character.
How about you, bro? You got one before I
Sean,
answer?
you have to answer the question.
I will.
I have not seen the movie.
Oh,
All right, we gotta set up another movie
God,
night.
no!
All right. Well, if since you don't have one, when will you be making one?
You know what? I'll make one right now. It's an egg that survived everything and it's just hiding in a corner.
That's
Awesome.
wonderful.
Awesome. So my
And
fan
that's what the
character,
sequel's gonna be about.
my fan character is I am a Stegosaurus. All right, moving on.
That's not a fan character. That's a crossover.
I was gonna say, isn't that just like a phrase? Like,
That is a
That- you're-
crossover fan character that is completely valid. Fans do it all the time with their
Yeah, they
with their
do.
demon super Lock Jedi.
Yeah, but
Uh,
this is a character specifically from the ASDF movies.
You gotta,
Yes,
you gotta-
I
you
am
gotta
a
remember,
Stegosaurus.
Guys, We're Back a Dinosaur Story is associated with dinosaurs. This is a Stegosaurus. He's a Stegosaurus.
Yeah, but Sean,
His name
that's
is
a
Stan.
crossover. It's not your own original.
It's not a
fan character.
crossover. It's a Stegosaurus.
Yeah, but you were taking something from one series and putting it into another series. That makes it
I'm
a
only
crossover.
taking a quote from another series. I'm not using that Stegosaurus.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say this, bro. I know it's really weird in this situation specifically, but if you take a character whose entire trait, the entire trope about him is he says a single phrase, and then you make another character whose entire trope is that they say a single phrase, but they are that phrase.
Okay, that's
It is the same character.
That's a bold assumption.
You literally, that's all you said about them. You didn't develop
that-
on this character. Develop more on it then.
Oh, okay.
Tell,
you
tell
want me to
me, tell
develop
me
more.
the deep lore about the
Yes.
Brontosaurus that says they're a Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
I said that they are a Stegosaurus. They are a Stegosaurus named Stan. What is this Brontosaurus? Why the
There we go.
Brontosaurus?
That's just deep lore, deep rich lore that I wanted to know that their name is Stan.
There,
Now,
there
here's
you
the
go.
question: did they die after stepping on a turtle who was also a mime?
No. What?
Good.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Why?
Don't
We'll worry about it a little bit. Just watch the entirety of the AD.
Oh, I know the reference, but why? Why now?
He knows the reference. He made the reference.
Because if that were the case, you would be completely ripping off the ASDF movies.
Fair enough. The agony of the Triceratops' conscience represents the tension between what we want and what we must.
Absolutely, I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
The thematic analytics.
Would you
Also,
like
I've-
a hot dog?
I would.
Let's just move on to the next question.
All right,
Also,
if you
I
could
really
throw.
appreciate Ramsey being
appreciate-
right there and not on the
Oh.
table.
Yeah, no problem. So if you
Wonderful.
could throw a bear, where to and why?
Huh.
Um,
I suppose I could pick up and throw Niv, but why would I? She doesn't like being picked up.
okay. All right,
You know-
I am trying to come up with an answer that's both entertaining and not just very socio-political commentary. So I'm
no.
going to be refraining from hurling forest wildlife into the offices of any particular government officials.
Mood.
Oh, just, I think
avoid
I
that.
suppose
Yeah, I know.
just directly into Elon Musk's office. I don't think they're too political. I guess
Is he even going to be in the office?
exactly.
question.
He'll be completely safe.
Yeah. Will he be in the office, or will he just show up, open the door, see the bear, close it, turn around, and call somebody like, guys? No, I'm
Honestly,
not
that
making this up.
This would be worth it as Elon Musk desperately trying to convince security that there is in fact a bear in his office.
Okay, that also sounds like something I need to write down.
Okay, here's mine if we're going along this route. I'm going to put it in the prison cell that Andrew Tate is in.
Oh, geez.
Okay, I am gonna throw a bear. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a bear into the woods where it will be safe and happy. Let's do that route.
Oh,
Damn
you
it,
know,
you
that's
stole
fair.
the
my
bear attacks and-
answer.
If the bear
I-
is gonna attack anybody, someone's gonna shoot it.
Damn, I didn't even consider the health and well-being of the bear itself.
I
Yeah,
know,
you're
but
right.
you guys
I'm
are so
sorry,
rude.
Sky. You've shown me the error of my ways. I was just doing what I thought would be funny. So here is what I am going to do to both ensure the bear's health, safety, and well-being, and also for maximum comedy points. I'm going to throw it into the world of Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Where okay, so
in
where
the
it's
place
no
of
longer
the protagonist of Legends
Hold on.
Arceus specifically.
So wait, this bear is no longer an actual threat
No,
because
it's still just
everything
a bear.
else
It's
everything else
still a
is-
bear. It's
is
not a
much
Pokemon.
more-
It's still a normal ass
Right.
bear.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Dressed as
So it's no
Dawn.
longer really a threat because all the Pokemon are much more of a threat, even the Pokemon bears, because they're like mystical animals. Yes, Ursaluna and Ursula and all them. Yes.
Like, can we get a mod where you play as for Pokemon Arceus, where you play as a bear?
You know what? I'll do a playthrough of Pokemon Arceus where I just name my character Bear, and then I'll make like a comic of highlights from what would happen if the player character in Legends Arceus was a bear.
Yeah, I gotta go with a pile of food for the bear, like a pile of fish. I'm just gonna throw him into that. Be happy with your fish, all the salmon you could eat.
Now,
You
is
toss
this
them into
the
Godzilla
full
movie.
hibernation season, or are you going to make the bear overeat?
I'm not gonna force feed the bear. I'm just throwing him into a pile of fish. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you can just eat his fill and leave, or take the fish with him. You know.
You're making the awfully bold assumption that he's going to stop eating.
And where is this pile of fish? Is it from that 2000s Godzilla movie?
Maybe.
That's a lot of fish.
Yes, it is. Where would you throw a bear, brother? Brother bear?
I would probably throw it into stasis in the abyss and study it to be able to create more bears that I can throw and weaponize it. Make a bear cannon, if you will. Maybe some bear
Alright.
hands.
Oh, okay.
Just reverse engineer the bears to create more bears to use as ammunition, I see.
Yes.
Is it bad that I'm just reminded of this weird, like, YouTube video I saw that just discussed for, like, literally just maybe a minute or so the likelihood of Brother Bear as a Kingdom Hearts world?
Huh.
They went through, like, every single animated property that Disney had that hadn't been incorporated into the series somehow, and then tried to rate it on how likely it would be versus how interesting it would be versus how much they wanted it.
I mean, that's
And I am in full agreement. The next Gummy Ship segment needs a Treasure Planet style interlude.
Ooh.
Sort of like how we had Monstro in the first game, just Treasure Planet detour in Gummy Space.
That would be cool. All right. So now that we got the bear question out of the way, sweet, sour, or spicy?
Spicy.
Sour.
Bear in mind, we all
Bear in mind? Bear in mind?
Bear.
Exactly.
Oh my god, somebody threw the bear in my mind!
Ah!
Yeah.
Went right through the face into the mind.
Not the bears.
All right, spicy. No shot for me. That is like spicy all the way.
Oh my
Sweet
god.
for me. I cannot handle spicy, and I do not like sour.
I love when mouth hurty sensation. Spicy, please. I like seconded by sour. 'Cause both
Sour
mouth-
all the way.
If food not hurt mouth, why eat food?
Here,
This is sort of a reverse caveman situation, admittedly, where food tastes good, not hurt, eat it. But now reverse caveman brain is mouth is hurt from food, eat it.
Yes, exactly. Now, okay, so the answer to this question, this one's a hard one for me because I like two of them fairly equally, and it's not sour. Let's just put it at that. I like spicy. I like sweet. Given the choice between spicy or sweet, I guess I would prefer sweet.
Go with sweet chili then.
Oh yeah, of course.
Compromise on sweet chili.
No, yeah, the you know those Doritos chips that were just sweet spicy chili flavor?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. Those are great.
Put some hot sauce and some lemon juice with some sugar. Just drink it
Yeah,
all.
pretty much stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
All right. So another question that was in the general chat. If you could have any one Pokemon other than legendary and ultra rares become real and your partner Pokemon, which one would it be? Shinx.
Raichu. Like, I mean, there's a lot of electronics I got. I could charge it up. And also, Raichu is goddamn adorable and squishy, and I want to hold and hug it as a big pillow. Is Raichu.
Holds up Mimikyu. This little bastard can hold so many hugs.
All right. Time for me to come up with a weird answer. I want an entire alphabet of unknown.
Ooh!
Well, would they be considered ultra rares?
No,
No, the
unknown
rules
are
of Alpha
common
are full
as
of
heck.
them.
Okay, I'm
But you
just
could,
making
like,
sure.
there's a
I'm just
whole
making
cave
sure what's being
packed with
considered
them.
as ultra rares.
But it's only one, Sky.
That's true. Any one.
What is your
Pokemon.
favorite letter of the alphabet? And that could be your unknown.
Oh my goodness. Well, that ruins half the fun.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
I want my flying psychic alphabet soup, damn it.
What Sky does with her flying alphabet soup is she has them spell out lewd messages on the wands of people she doesn't like.
You just see, like,
telling me-
rising...
You're telling me Sky would just be the person that would go around and they would go out in the morning like, damn it, they put send nudes in my yard again.
You just see,
No,
like...
not in her yard. She does it to other people's yards.
See, here's the problem with that one, too, is that requires 2 E's. I would only have 1.
Okay.
You
yeah,
just
it-
see rising.
No, you use a
from the-
3. You use a 3. It's fine.
There are
There's
no
rising-
number unknown.
Rising
There is
from
the
un-
alphabet and 2 punctuation marks.
What
rising
you
from
do
the
is you
uncut
turn the
grass
W so it's
of your
an E.
neighbor's lawn. The word fuck.
And then I gotta make sure that poor little guy doesn't get vertigo or something.
Well, the person that asked the question, Haunter, does say to give Sky all of the unknown. She can break the rule of this question.
That's fair. That's valid, honestly.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
that would initially seem unfair to anyone else, but honestly, good. I want her to have all of the unknown to spell funny messages.
Also, it would make pointing things out to people really easy because I could like, if I could like, we could like design a system where if I needed to show people things, each one would just fly to different like spots on like a bookshelf or something, and I'll just be like, okay, go follow G, and they'll show you where you need to go.
Oh,
Go follow
G.
G to the G section. The sort of area that G might be. The
Because
spot.
people don't read signs for bookshelves.
Haven't you
or
heard
stuff
of
to
the
read this
unknown
stuff.
decimal system?
Yeah, so the idea is that I would just have one and they would just start glowing and then maybe send little psychic blasts into people who are really not paying attention.
Huh?
Not
What's
paying
going on?
attention to the fact that Sky has a whole bunch of unknown at their beck and call.
And then when things get really frustrating, the exclamation point will just get right in their face.
So I am kind of curious. Just outside of the unknown, which we have established as your big one, which one as a partner Pokemon situation? I'm really curious.
Okay.
Your emotional support Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. This might be a bit of another kind of like half cop-out answer,
Sure, I love those.
but I think it would actually go with a Gardevoir on the ground of some degree of okay, one, a humanoid style Pokemon is one you can more easily play like certain kinds of like tabletop stuff with. And a
Ooh.
psychic type means you can actually communicate with them a little better.
True.
Play Pathfinder with your Gardevoir.
And you just gotta trust that they're not reading your mind to cheat.
Here's the thing. I don't consider that a cop-out in any way, shape, or form, because that falls all within the rules.
Yeah,
that
like
would
that
just
or
be
any
cool as
other
hell.
similar. Oh yeah, any other similar psychic type of that regard would work out. Basically, something with telepathy and hands.
Alakazam. Just a big mustache and two
Alakazam
spoons.
doesn't work because they're always holding the spoons.
Well, they
Well, I
always
mean,
use
they
their
got
psychic
telekinesis.
abilities to do things. And they have like a 5,000 IQ according to the Pokedex, so that kids.
I'm just
Yeah, but that means
imagining-
I'll always lose.
I'm just imagining like the
Not if you're
Alakazam picking up a cup. Well,
I'm sorry.
picking
I'm
up
sorry,
a
that was
dice,
mean.
picking up a dice with a spoon and throwing it.
You know that like egg spoon thing where you like balance an egg on a spoon and run from one side of the yard to the other?
Yeah.
That but with dice.
Careful to not let it drop. The dice will break. Okay, fine. Bro, what about you? What's your answer?
Oh man, I honestly don't know because my first answer is always Arceus, so I actually have to go like look up stuff. And it honestly feels like a cop out because I really am not.
Bro, I
Like-
thought you would have a straight up answer already. I mean, you've kind of already.
I mean, there's Umbreon, yes,
yeah,
but-
I mean, unless you don't.
but
want
there
that
exists
one.
Rotom, and my two
That's
favorite
a good
types,
point. Oh God, that's a good
Electric and Ghost. Like, I just I don't know. It's always been a thing with Rotom where it's been like a pseudo legendary, and I never really.
No.
Once they turned it into like a washing machine, I'm like, I like the original Rotom the best, but
Rotom's never been a pseudo legendary.
Wasn't it?
No.
That probably
It was
was-
just really rare in Gen 4 for
Yeah.
some reason.
Because they
I thought it
wanted
was-
it to be a novelty.
yeah, I thought it was supposed to be like a DLC legendary kind of thing in Gen 4, and
Nope.
then they said, nah, we're not doing that.
You could only get it post game in Diamond Pearl for reasons, I guess.
There used to only be one of it in the game, which to me, I always associated that with, oh, so it's a legendary.
No. So the pseudo legendaries are based on the stats that are given to the Pokemon. So like Garchomp and think
600 base
really-
stat total final evolution.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh.
So this one's gonna be a fun one. What is your favorite onomatopoeia? I got mine.
Splat.
Bam.
I think I really enjoy Bunk.
Squelch is also a fun one.
Oh god.
Just because it's a really uncomfortable word for a really uncomfortable sound,
Honestly,
and
it's
no one's ever
probably-
prepared to hear it.
It's about the same sort of reaction you would get from saying the word moist.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Moist.
For me, like this
Squelch.
is a weirdly specific answer, but it's the ones that are just the word of the thing they're doing, like punch, kick, that sort of thing. Which, like, I know isn't really an
They're not
answer in the way of like
onomatopoeias.
kapow or bam, but they're used in old comics like that.
I mean,
Kapow.
not wrong.
If I had
Yeah.
to pick one that wasn't that, I would probably go with like whammo.
Yeah, that one's
Okay.
a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Also, one moment.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, it is 8. How much longer do we want to run the Q&A for?
24 hours.
24 hours. You
Or
know,
tomorrow,
How about
dude?
no?
Fine.
so I think we'll save a lot of these other questions for the next time we want to host a Q&A. How about that?
Fair enough.
Huh. Very well.
We are about an hour over normal anyway.
True, but we did a 3-hour stream today. Because
Yeah, we
remember, I
did.
stopped the old stream that was only an hour
Oh,
long. And
Fair enough.
so let me save these other questions for potential later.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, we could always we should have a thread in the Discord for people to just submit questions. Or maybe, or for the YouTube people. Can't we put up, a community post?
We could.
Yeah, we could. I don't know.
And then
if
we can
make
collect
it to
those
sale.
for next time we want to do one, and we'll just have them all ready.
Yeah, sure. I'll game for doing that. So, yeah, now we're gonna end it off on onomatopoeias, and boom, I'm getting rid of that.
Wabam. Wabam right there.
Bam!
Splat!
Splat! Kapow!
Kerbaflabra.
Probably should wait for Niv to come back.
Yeah, probably.
Clang.
Clang's a good one.
Clong.
Yeah, Clang is a good one.
Bah, brr.
That's kind of why I actually like the Pokemon Clink Clang, just because it's fun to say.
That's true. That's
Stay
true.
hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Yeah. No. So thank you all for joining. Stay hydrated, everyone. If you're logging off, make sure to stay hydrated.
Ramsey, no!
Ramsey, yes. Is there a way
Ramsey,
to do the?
always, yes.
I wonder if there's any other streamers on YouTube right now. And if
I'm back.
Really?
Are we ending the stream?
Yes, we are.
We're getting ready to end the stream apparently. 'Cause,
Turns out it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
and-
that's kind of why I left. I had to feed the dog.
Oh yeah, fair enough. So yeah, so I'll hold on to all these questions, like the favorite dragon and all that. And until next time, thank you all for joining. Thank you very much for the 100 plus subscribers. We really appreciate it. Seriously, I'm blown away. I can't believe most of what I'm seeing.
Was that a pun?
Uh,
Was that a pun, young man?
What? What was that a pun?
Believe.
Huh?
I get it.
Excuse you,
You-
Sir Penguin.
you-
It's 5 p.m. Get your time right.
You're all
Time zones!
all 128 of you. You're the goat.
Ah,
I see. So until next time, stay hydrated and have fun, everyone.
peace.
Take
See you
care,
later.
y'all.
Goodbye.